Welcome to the Friend Zone.
Every time I'm in the zone.
My name is Dustin.
I'm Francesca, also known as Hey Friend Hey.
My name is Assante.
This is the Friend Zone. Let's start the show.
I'm in the zone.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So I came to the studio to do the Friend Zone, but before we got in the studio, we went live on Facebook and we chatted with y'all. Y'all gave us feedback and we heard y'all. So in the coming weeks, you'll move your feet to a new beat while we tackle new topics that you gave us. And it's the hot new shit, and I don't give a fuck that I'm cursing, cause this is a hard rated R. Like Girls Trip, that was a hard R. So go see that movie and come back and tell us what you think, and we'll be groovy with the hottest and latest in wellness, and kick it off a ride. Yeah, them shoes look cute, huh, Dustin? Ain't that right? I'll take the beat and you can just move the seats of the people listening. Go ahead.
I got it. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. I really wish I would really love you, but at this point, I really can't say. See, when I met you, your breath was funky, and we ain't even gon' start on your monkey. But I loved you anyway, and I still said hey until you got in my car and passed gas. That's when I knew you really was T-Rash, and that your mama couldn't be no damn better. But I said that's okay, I really like her. Her titties are good in that Coogee sweater that rhyme with better. But you forgot about that because you got caught up in this here jazzy ass rap. But we just want you to have a good time. This is the Friend Zone. Feel free to unwind. Frequency. Word to Ibadu.
Y'all were on today.
A little something.
I had music on my heart.
Oh, y'all are so funny.
It leave you with a heavy heart. Shout out to Meek Millie, dropping a good album. For once, he did something good. You know, Meek, believe it or not, the album is called Wins and Losses now.
Smart.
I thought, you know, he was just opening the door and rolling out the red carpet for me to crack jokes. And then I push play. The album is good. Meek Mill's album is damn good. The
His
boy
press
is
run
rapping.
has been good. He's been very vulnerable and
nice.
honest.
Shout out to Fashion Nova.
What, they
Meek
sponsored him?
He been sharp. He been shitty sharp in every picture I seen. He had on some flooding Gucci jeans, and
Stop.
you know everything is fitted and curvaceous.
Okay.
I thought he was wearing curvato.
Well, you know, shout out to an artist work speaking for it.
Yeah,
So-
he looks
so-
great. I mean, the clothes was fresh. It just was like, whoa, that's Meek Mill. I thought it was Fashion Nova. I thought he had an ad. You know how they be putting hashtag ad in Fashion Nova clothes? I thought that's what he was doing, but it was just him.
That would have been interesting.
Shout out to Meek Mill. The album is great. Great.
I'm going to check that out.
Hi, guys.
How are you doing, Fran?
I'm good.
You know, when I first saw your sweatshirt and I saw that pink V, I thought of something completely different. I was like, oh my God, Voltron.
Oh, no, I'm not that cool.
She's even
you cooler than that.
Right.
Right. It's that Prince.
Yes, this is my
Prince-inspired
vanity.
Apollonia. Okay.
Vanity 6.
My Vanity
What a
6
cool friend
hoodie.
for those who are trying to make sense of this.
Well, if you saw us on Facebook Live, you saw it.
Ooh, they got a bonus treat. Shout out to
Right.
everybody that
Fresh.
watches on Facebook Live.
Yeah, and if you don't follow us on Facebook, that's facebook.com/The Friend Zone Podcast. We actually posted the live show, so you can go back and watch it if you missed it.
That's right. We care. We got y'all. Shout out to Insecure.
Oh, God.
Also, welcome to the Friend Zone, your weekly look into all things mental health, mental wellness, and mental hygiene, because who in the hell wants a musty brain?
Who in the hell
Not me.
wants a
Rhetorical
musty
question then.
brain?
And before we start, let's put our hands together for Dustin Ross.
Oh,
Dustin
you guys.
Frederick Ross.
You guys are so kind.
That's my friend.
You
Go
guys are
best
so
friend.
kind. You guys are so kind.
Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go
Thank you
best
so
friend.
much.
Hey.
Dustin,
Red
you
carpet
were
treatment everywhere we
so
go.
damn cute.
Thank you so much,
How did it
Fran.
feel when you watched yourself and you knew that the world was watching you too?
It was really surreal. It was really cool. It's addictive. It's a high.
I
a
can
really good
only
high.
imagine.
And I don't know. I was just really proud of that work. And really, really grateful to Issa Rae for even considering somebody like me for an opportunity like that and that sort of visibility. That was something that was not missed. So shout out to Issa Rae. Thank you so much for the
Yes. Amazing.
opportunity. And whenever you want to play again, I'll be in the sandbox.
And shout out to Crystal because our
Yes.
podcast, the official recap podcast, Insecurity, went live earlier today.
Amazing.
Well, by the time
Yesterday.
you guys listen, I should say yesterday.
Gaze into the
Right,
future.
so you can find that on the Apple Podcasts, on SoundCloud, on
That's right.
Spotify, iHeartRadio, everywhere that you get your podcast. So once again, thank you to Issa Rae for giving us a job
That's right.
and just putting us on and bringing all of these people on with her.
Yes,
Yes.
amazing.
So dope of her.
Super dope.
I can't wait to get a check from Issa Rae either.
you're like, I'm next.
Okay, I'm next. Okay, and you know they say the third time is the charm. So Issa, if you listening, okay, you never know what's gonna happen.
Right, so many blessings. How were your weekends?
Awesome.
My
Amazing.
weekend was great too.
Because you saw Girls Trip without me. I won't take it personal.
Damn, you let the cat out of the bag.
So Assante done snuck and went and seen Girls
You
Damn
know,
Trip.
So, do y'all want to go see Girls Trip tomorrow? Actually,
I want to see it.
Yeah,
so
I'm down,
Whenever
actually.
y'all
we
want to.
we should all go see it tomorrow.
Oh yay!
Yes, it's a movie that I must see again. That's
I'm
how
hearing
great
that
it was.
it's hysterical. Like I've never seen one movie get so many positive reviews. So must be something.
It's amazing to see Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett back on the screen together.
Right.
Okay.
Set it off.
Right.
Look at Stoney and who else?
Well,
Mo? Was it Mo?
No, Cleo.
Cleo. That's
Cleo.
why-
What the hell is
where you
wrong with
get Mo
us?
from?
Because my sister's name is Mo, and we used to call her Cleo when she was younger. When she used to
Set
get her
it
hair
off
done
in
like
this
that, so because she used to look like Set It Off. So Mo is Cleo.
I used to be. First of all, it is a little known Black history fact that the Set It Off soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
This
There are so many good songs on that soundtrack, but I used to be obsessed with that Bone Thugs and Harmony song that they had the video for. I can't even think of the name of it. But you know what song I'm talking
Yeah.
about. I come into my world and you can see that we are more than thugs, more than thugs, more than thugs, more than
Can
thugs.
I just say, every time I think of Bone Thugs and Harmony, and we're going to get right back to that, how funny it is that they did that song with Phil Collins.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh
genius.
my
though.
God.
Like
what a
Bone Thugs
combo.
and
I think it's legends working with legends, you know. Bone Thugs
They
and
have-
Harmony are here.
They have
Flat
a
out.
huge following.
They have an impact.
Like
the way that they were rapping East 1999 Eternal. Okay, Cleveland is the city that we come from, so run right. Come on now. Shout out to Bone. Bone Thugs and Harmony was the shit. And I'll tell you what, if Escape can pull it together, Bone, y'all to get y'all some pumice stones, some loofah, some
my God.
Ulster tea outliner clippers, edgers,
This-
you know, a couple pressing cones, maybe a bath bomb. I don't know, but just pull it together because it's a place for Bone Thugs and Harmony in the musical landscape
bomb.
today.
Remember this song with Mariah?
Oh my God! Break down.
That was
Steady
my
breaking me
song.
down. And what about for the other Bone fans that know some of the album cuts? Shout out to Bud Smokers Only. That was a huge underground hit for Bone Thugs and Harmony. It was great. Bone, they need
How
to be
did we
inducted
get
into the
here?
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Flat out, Bone Thugs
You
and
know
Harmony
what?
for
They
the Rock and
actually
Roll Hall
might
of
already
Fame.
have something. They might already have
Anyway,
something.
shout out to Bone.
Well, I went to the Kendrick Lamar concert.
Yes.
Yes.
How was it, friend?
It was incredible. It was Drum, Travis
Oh,
Scott.
this is good.
Yes, Drum and Travis Scott opened up, and 2 Chainz came out.
Oh my God, what a show.
Yo, I was so hyped. And Travis Scott was on this bird, this like, I don't know, it was this like, this wooden mechanical thing, bird
So there was a
thing that was
budget
like
involved
flying.
in this here.
His bird was in the trap.
That
Sammy
he-
Shout out to the
McKnight.
record
Right.
label.
Wow.
Yeah, and
That's
I don't
dope.
know, 2 Chainz is so live, yo. He came on stage and the audience erupted.
That's beautiful.
He's just so dope. He
They're
had a dope ass
stars.
sweatsuit too that I want to know what it is because I want it. He looks so fly.
Man, he's so
But
fly.
Kendrick is amazing. It was amazing. It was Kung Fu Kenny was like the theme, so I know you would have been living.
Yeah, look, I'm
Asante.
sitting here like-
I kept saying it the whole time.
Wonderland.
I was like, Asante would be in heaven right now with
Wow.
the visuals, and he had like a lot of Asian influence, so it's really cool. But it was a great concert. If you haven't seen him live, he is incredible. He's so hyper, and all the songs and just the performance and the elements, you know, like the lighting and the
Elements.
smoke and everything was very dope.
He's so
Wow.
dope and so talented.
Yeah,
and
thank you to Jade, because Jade's the one that was like, you want to come with me? I was like, okay.
Hey.
I would have gone to a Kendrick Lamar concert, but she was like, come. And then we saw Fury there too.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, we bumped into him, so that was cute.
That's
It was
lit.
good.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
it
had a
was
lit weekend,
I
friend.
did. My knees were hurting. Y'all know I'm old. All that standing. I don't
Shit, it
usually
was
come
worth
for
it.
opening acts, so that's a lot of hours.
That was all that Millie rocking. I know you was Millie rocking your
You
ass
know I
off, friend.
And already after you said that that's
Really
too
rock.
open, they got they already got
Shout out
big
to
ass
Playboy
catalog on
Cardi.
catalog. So how the hell you had to stay for them opening?
I'm telling you, my knees hurt. It was like 10 hours straight. And then
It had to be.
they're all
It
incredible
had to be,
artists. So you're like
right.
jumping up and down. We were literally like a mini mosh pit.
That energy, man.
Yeah, that was incredible. But
That's
that
what's
was
up.
my weekend. What about yours, Dustin?
I had a good weekend. Me and Fury actually went to, me, Fury, and Carrie of Carrie's
Get
Corner, actually.
out.
We went to, yeah, we went to Chef Roble's Everyday People Party. It was downtown
Oh,
this
I
time.
haven't been in so long.
It was at the South Street Seaport at the Watermark Bar.
Oh,
really, really
shit.
cool. Shout out to everybody that was there and gave a lot of love to the Friend Zone. You guys got a lot of love there.
Yeah.
Hey.
It was really, really dope. So that was fun. I worked this weekend, got a whole bunch of things done. I went to the laundromat.
Word, that was me too.
You know, I always do that, and I be feeling like I'm smuggling a dead body or something. I be nervous walking to the laundromat because I be having so many clothes. I don't want nobody to mistake the laundry bag for, because I live, it's New York City. You can see
Hey.
any damn thing.
Yo,
That's
I'm actually
real.
kind of dead that you're bringing up a laundromat because I have a story.
Oh, do you?
This
Man.
dude that I curved in my building, right?
This is terrifying.
I was coming into the laundry room. If you live in New York, most of us have laundry rooms in the basement of our
Right.
buildings. So I'm coming in with my laundry, and he was in there, and I was like, oh, fuck. Because it's just that awkward, like, hey, how are you? Good. Why? I put in my load to wash, and when I go back upstairs, and then when I'm coming back, he's leaving, and he like smiles at me in this weird smirky way, and I was like, what did he do? Like, I just sensed it.
no.
Why did this mofo spread his clothing out to all the dryers?
What?
8 dryers. He
Excuse
literally
me?
had like 2 loads, and he spread them all. So when I went to put my clothes in the dryer, I had to wait for him to come back downstairs.
Wow.
And he didn't come back for like 2 hours.
Wow.
Okay, so next time.
And I really wanted to just take his shit out, but
Yeah.
I don't like when people touch my stuff and take
Right.
it out. So I was like, let me not do
You're
that.
right,
Can you
you're right,
believe he
you're
did? I should have known that damn smile.
What an
Men so
asshole.
petty sometimes.
That's
What
some
a
bullshit.
loser. I hope all his shit shrunk in the dryer, too. I hope the dryers was too hot and burned everything up.
I couldn't
Hope he
believe
had
it.
bed bugs and he didn't get them out any fucking way.
It was just me and him. So when I went to the dryers, I was like, wait, why the fuck?
And
What?
then he gonna smile like
And
that.
he gonna smile when he walked past me like, got you, bitch. That's
what a
literally.
loser.
Anyway, that's why I'm dying and you bringing up the
I hope
laundromat.
his
'cause-
pipes bust. You can take that however you
Yo,
want.
2 hours. Oh, it's supposed to be like 30 minutes waiting. But anyways,
What a
that
loser.
was my weekend story.
Ooh. Well, I did this weekend spend some time at the Pompet Wine Shop.
Ooh, what's up, Mo?
On Sunday, we did Barrels for Change. If you could not make it out and you actually want to learn more about the organization, it's barrelsforchange.org. Barrels for Change is a nonprofit, and they're basically trying to end some healthcare disparities out in Nevis. So if you want some more information on that, just don't be afraid to go on to barrelsforchange.org and donate.
B-A-R-R-E?
BARRELSFORCHANGE
.org, okay.
That's right.
So, thank you.
So you better go find something out. Get your asses to clicking. The mouses,
Okay.
the mice.
Get them keyboards a keying and the mice is a mice.
Okay.
So shout out to being at the Palm Pet Wine Shop.
Yes.
More events to come there soon.
Yeah, y'all ready to jump into this week's
Let's
show?
go ahead and jump in.
Basically.
Let's start with you this week, Fran. What do you got over there in SoundCloud land?
Well, for those who may have missed it, so we got to encourage them to go back and listen.
Yeah.
Last week's show was called The Price is Right, where we discussed those amazing, talented artists who are currently on tour with R. Kelly. And we discussed when does your integrity and your moral values, when do they get a little blurred? Is there a price, which is why we called it The Price is Right? Is there a price? Do you have a price that kind of makes you second guess the morals that you've created for yourself? And of course, as usual, you guys had a lot to say. A lot. As Dustin would say, stink after stink after stink piece. No, y'all were cool about it. It's cool. But you said I'll go first this time. So Seabeard on SoundCloud said, I lost a lot of family in a short amount of time, and it's only me now raising my little brother. My personal morality would definitely take a backseat if it meant giving him things I never had, or the financial comfort to go to whichever schools he wanted to go to and pursue a specific dream. I believe sometimes things can outweigh your morality, and that's not always wrong. And I had to read her comment because she is the exact reason that I mind my business and I don't judge. And I said that very clearly last week. We don't know people's situations. We don't know where people's moral values come from. And we don't know why they're choosing to trump those, no pun intended, to trump those moral values. We just don't know. And because you don't know someone's life story, it's never your place to decide whether or not what they're doing is right or wrong. That's why I mind my business. There were a couple of you that were rubbed the wrong way because I kept saying I mind my own business. I think you felt that, we should be angrier at the women. But this comment is exactly what I'm saying. So that stood out to me. And I thought it was a very important point that was shared. What about you, Asante? What stood out to you?
Surprisingly enough, there were multiple emails about the subject here of June's diary.
Man, her fan base been getting at us.
Well, I just wanted to start here because, we do. I particularly just be calling them girls, even though I know the history of said lady. So let me excuse myself on saying such. But this one comes from Aiden, and it says, "Hey, y'all, I've noticed that you keep referring to this group as kids. But please know that half of the group is..."
Have we?
I have not. That's why I said girls in particular.
Yeah.
But maybe kids happened. Maybe it did not. I don't know about that.
I might have shit. What's up?
But either which way,
I love that.
please know half of the group is 28, 30 years old, and the other half is 20 to 23. They are not 18 and 19. Definitely grown women, especially the two older women. And they do have original music.
Ain't one of the girls in the Camp 23?
What is the Camp 23?
No, isn't one of the girls that was in the camp. The stories that came out last week about R. Kelly.
And his cult.
One of them girls 20.
I
yeah,
think
the cult,
most
my
of them
bad.
are, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, okay.
And you know what?
And
the
honestly,
fact that you
unless I'm remembering it wrong, we were referring to their fan base
Exactly.
and bringing young
because the
girls
entire
to
point,
the show.
Absolutely. The entire point of having a group age range between 20 to 30 is to get younger women to come out, to have people to look up to.
That's why they got
and
put
that's
on the
why
tour.
it's so important to even talk about them and mention the young kids that they influence.
Mm-hmm.
Because they may not make music that is age appropriate because, ain't nobody going to sell Lance to an 8-year-old or a 15-year-old or something. But those are the ones out here listening to those songs. So if you want to stand corrected on the age of the women, it's still not appropriate.
And that's also really 28 and 30 is young.
It's
Why are
still
you
not
acting
appropriate.
like it's the old people?
And what
Y'all
I mean
making
by
me
not
feel bad.
appropriate, on R. Kelly's on social media, at R. Kelly on Twitter or whatever the hell it is, they put up a video, and it was like one of those little video diary things of him having like a backstage talk, and it's him, cameras, June's diary on the side. And he's talking about how he had some dream or something less than after Michelle Obama. Talking, I want to fuck Michelle Obama.
What? In
front of them. And I said, this is disgusting. Who in his camp said is
Let's
the shit
put this out. What the hell?
this is cool. This is a cute little clip to put out and show.
But the fact that they were even sitting with him, like being schooled by him.
First of all,
Cringe.
don't be talking about Michelle Obama like that either.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
You gonna clean that shit up. Now you can talk about other things
And then post it, though.
Don't be talking about Michelle Obama in that nasty negative way. That's the cleanest. Listen, you about to piss me
And you
off
would
talking
think-
about Michelle Obama.
you would think
don't
Chicago-
be disrespecting her.
You would think
Right.
she would have some
She
respect.
be done pulled up. Michelle, shit. She will
Shit.
pull up on R. Kelly like, what the fuck was said? Oh my God. We out of there. We ain't at 1600 no more. What's up? What's good?
I got time.
With a Toya Wright
What's
bedhead,
good, Robert?
a Toya Wright bedhead's bonnet, a bling bonnet on, talking about what's good, what's up, and some all white K-Swiss. Shout out to Karen Civil for that K-Swiss partnership.
Yes.
It's lit. They feature her and
I
Coco
did
and
see
Breezy.
The Karen
Shout out to them
Swiss.
too. Yes.
I like to call them the Karen Swiss.
Okay, the Karen Swiss. Okay,
What about you, Dustin? What'd you find in the Twitter streets?
anger apparently. But anyway, okay. Man, this just pissed me off. Anyway, shout out to the cast of Black Panther. The Black Panther
Yes.
movie actually tweeted a short video clip of the cast of Marvel Studios' Black Panther reacting to seeing the exclusive Hall H footage for the first time
Oh, that
at the
must
San
be
Diego
so
Comic Con,
live.
and the way that Lupita Nyong'o was dancing on that stage, and the way that the actors were so proud and just jubilant over their work, and seeing it for the first time, it got me even more excited about the movie. So shout out to Black Panther. From that, we had the offshoot. There was a tweet from the one and only Claude Kelly of Louis York Music, of legendary songwriting fame, of legendary BFF status fame with none other than the Francesca of HeyFriendHey.com. Okay, Claude Kelly tweeted that, because I had tweeted or whatever, that, you know, Black Panther was going to be a February moment at the movies, and I was going to dress up and wear a fur, and I was going to sip
What? Are
brown
you
liquor.
serious?
Yeah, I'm going to do this. This is like, we getting dressed.
Yeah.
But I'm dressing up
I think
to
I'm-
go see Black Panther. Like, I want to look
And then
like
it's
Harlem
on
Nights.
Black History
I'm
Month.
gonna be a nerd and actually
Legend.
do cosplay. So
Oh, cute.
That's dope.
because they need black cosplay. You know, that's a thing. We need
That's
to make
kind
it
of
more
what
of a
I'm
thing.
doing too,
Love
kind of.
it.
I mean,
know what
but
I'm
you are
saying?
definitely celebrating it and making it an affair. So you,
mean, you
it's
know-
still important.
I'm doing cosplay too, but I'm gonna be Sugar from Harlem Nights.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be Richard Pryor from Harlem Nights. That's how I'm gonna be dressed at Black Panther. Shit. But anyway, so I had tweeted that that's what I was gonna do, and so Claude Kelly responded, and he tweeted that he was going in Harlem in an old school stretch limo with an S curl and a double breasted suit.
Oh, my God.
So basically,
Claude.
me and Claude going to
He
see
ain't
Black
lying.
Panther. Yeah, me and Claude going to see Black Panther together, and it's going to be a moment at the movies, and everybody needs to go sneak food and liquor into the movies. Buy the tickets, though. Don't sneak
Yes,
people into
buy
the
the
movies.
ticket.
Buy the ticket.
Don't look for it on your Fire Stick. Get up
Right.
and go.
Oh,
Get up
God,
and go
no,
to this
please.
movie. And even if you do watch it on your Fire Stick, go online and buy a ticket to the movie. Even if you don't
Yes.
feel like going,
Yeah,
just buy the
absolutely.
ticket
Right.
and
Absolutely.
then, watch it on your Fire Stick.
Because look how Girls Trip apparently, like, didn't they beat Superman? Is it not Superman? They beat
Spider-Man?
out Spider-Man.
Yep, they beat everybody
They
out.
beat out, like, major films.
You know,
so
I
it
ain't
says
never
a
seen no-
lot.
I ain't never seen nobody kill a bug like a black woman now. So I knew that wasn't going to be a problem. I knew they was going to wear Spider-Man
I am
out, okay?
dead.
I knew that was squished, okay? Slippery, okay?
No.
Anyway, I would also like to give a shout out to at ReLoverX, RiHLuverx, who tweeted, "When James Joint transitions to Kiss It Better." So this tweet was a video clip that represented the transition of those two songs on Rihanna's Anti album. And in the video, it's a clip of these two black girls in a ride at an amusement park, and it's spinning out of control, and one of the girls' wig flies off, and her eyes get really big, and the music is playing as the clip is playing. It's genius and also on point accurate, because that's exactly how you feel. Those are two of the best moments on that album.
Shout out to James Fauntleroy.
Shout out
Yeah.
to James Fauntleroy.
Shout out to James Fauntleroy. You know, it's a lot more I
hero.
could say.
Sensei.
But, you know,
Sensei.
shout out to everybody. I had fun. One last tweet that I do want to shout out from Tay-Chay, Taychay _, who tweeted that this guy looked like a hood angel who came back to tell his homie that your street's not worth it because this other guy at Sixmau, Sixmau, tweeted, can't nobody tell me shit with my do-rag on, and there's pictures of him wearing all white with the do-rag standing in front of a window.
Heavenly
so
glow,
there's a heavenly
Right.
glow. So he really does look like a hood angel coming back down.
Look, it's talking about Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's the Crossroads
That's
video.
the man with the black eye, the black pupils.
Oh, my
God. I hated that. I hated that.
Watched it.
I used to hate
Shout out to Uncle Charles. Goddamn, I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all.
Why would you say
This is about to be the
It will
bone
always-
appreciation
It would
episode.
always come out after TLC's Waterfalls.
Right.
It was always
Always.
those two back to back.
And
Deep,
we pray, we
deep,
pray,
when
we
music
pray,
meant
we
something,
pray.
okay?
Every day, every day, every day, every day.
Okay, so y'all ready for this week's show?
I just
Yeah,
have one more
definitely.
thing to say. I'm sorry, because Carrie's Corner really lit me up.
Gary's Corner.
Okay, so I didn't see whatever this Brandy video is that happened.
I did.
A Brandy video?
Okay, so can you give us backstory on the video, on what it
Real
is?
quick before this be another 36-hour fucking episode.
Right.
Okay.
Because just look at this, Fran.
Long story short, Brandy has been involved in a long-going internet beef with the songwriter TC, Tyan Krishna.
What?
is
They
his name.
beefing?
TC
They're
the songwriter.
beefing. Yes.
No,
very
songwriter
talented.
TC. That's what
Very,
it is.
very talented songwriter. Lots of good placement, whatever.
Yes.
They're involved in a beef. They used to be really, really good friends. He screenshotted a text
Oh,
that
gosh.
she had sent him and posted it where she was really ripping him to shreds because he thought that she was saying something subliminally to him because I refused to say throwing shade because they didn't took that. So now I just don't say it. I
Right.
never really said it anyway. You really ain't never really heard me say
I
it.
Yeah, I don't think that's
But
like
still, like,
I don't recall.
you know what I'm saying? Y'all can't have it. I don't give a
Right.
damn how much I use it.
Right.
Anyway, so she said something subliminally insulting to him. And so he responded by saying whatever he said and posted a video of her insulting it just mess. So Brandy posted a video of her in concert. Of course, she's going the green mile with it. So she posted a video of her recent concert performance where she's like erratically moving and pointing back and forth, and she just looks ridiculous, like she's having muscle spasms in the moment. And so instead of performing, and so people have taken it and made gifts, and now it's a whole
Didn't
joke.
she know that was going to happen?
She don't care. Apparently, she said she's unafraid. She said she ain't even afraid of no ghost. She literally tweeted that.
I hear
She
that,
ain't
though.
afraid of no
Shit.
ghost.
With all of that said, Carrie tweeted GIF of this performance with quotes of Atlanta's very own, unfortunately, Marta Girl. And it says, I'm going to beat your ass on this train. We on the Marta, I'm finna do my thing.
The reason this is funny is because Brandy's movements coincide with what you know the rhythm of that chant to be. Marta Girl is a whole nother story in and of itself.
And then he goes on the quote again. You thought I couldn't freestyle on you, boo? You owe everybody an apology for your shit, ho. That's my spoken word version of One Marta Girl.
Oh, my
And we're
God.
done. We can go ahead and get started.
Now, for those of you who don't know what Marta Girl is, just Google that and it'll make perfect sense. I promise you. And
Yes.
that's not a broken promise.
Oh, Jesus. All right, so the topic, I'm like, how do you segue after promise? So the topic this week was inspired by the conversations that came about after last week's topic,
Right.
which is, you know, when there's so much going on in the world, so many different tragedies, so many different scandals, so much heartache, just a lot to deal with. Not even just the government, but things that are happening, like even with the R. Kelly case. And now people are talking about Usher. And it's just, every week it's something different. Yeah, that was another intense story. But one thing that you learn the older you get, and obviously maybe not always the older you get, because age ain't nothing but a number, but
Shout out to Jeff Sessions' dumb ass. Go ahead.
perfect
Right.
example.
Word to Coretta. God rest her soul.
Oh, that way.
But minding your business is the key to success. It's the way to get where you're going to get when you cultivate your energy and focus it on yourself and where you're trying to go, that's the easiest, quickest route. Everyone knows that. It's the hardest route because we're so distracted, but it's the way to do it. So we were trying to figure out, even with a lot of you who were frustrated because we weren't angry enough last week at the women that are on tour with him or enabling him.
Supporting R. Kelly.
Right, which totally valid points. But we were talking about what's the line, though, between minding your business so that you can get where you need to go and becoming an apathetic person that is just literally like emotionless and cut off from the world, which sometimes you have to do because it's just too much, especially on the internet. When you're on the internet, on Twitter, the news cycle is overwhelming if you were to stick to, getting emotionally caught up in the different things happening. But what's the line? What's the line between focusing on yourself but not tuning out the rest of the world? How do you do that? How do you pick and choose what to worry about? Or do you?
I'm learning how to do that right now. I think I just said the other day on Twitter, like, sorry, I haven't really been interacting because I've been trying my hardest not to tweet. I just feel like tweeting only negative shit. So I was like, all right, well, just don't even tweet at all since you're just going to do negative shit. Because it's like enough to get on to the internet and then be hit with, every day the news itself is just always some bullshit. You can turn on the regular ass TV and see it's some bullshit happening in New York fucking city. It's always something. So like to get on Twitter and then see bullshit and then to add to that, I was like, all right, let me just remove myself from this part of the conversation and see how that affects. And it's also been like trying to rethink and reprogram myself to say positive things to myself on a daily basis, let alone taking in positive things or even trying to figure out a way to create a space where it's mostly positive shit so I can mind my own business.
Right.
Because I feel like the moment you give negativity to a situation, you make it negative, even if it's something that's actually fucking shitty. And part of that might be just a defense mechanism to disconnect. And I think that might be why I still like shop at Walmart and shit, Like, in the bigger picture, what you're doing hurting people or business and third world country and all that shit. But then you don't want to think about it in that moment because you want to think about convenience and how you could potentially give back somewhere else. And then it's just kind of like an overload. So I like find myself like every day struggling to be okay with what I'm doing as far as that's concerned. Like, and it's a hard balance to find, especially in New York City, feeling like everything's coming at you 10 million miles a moment anyway.
Oh, yeah. We're staying afloat is an art.
Right.
What about you, Dustin?
I think that minding your business is essential, and I just operate my life. I don't know, I just operate along with that code. You know what I mean? Where I come from, that's what you do. You mind your own business, and when I've seen problems arise or, challenges come into play, it's been when people have done the opposite, and blatantly so. And it's also terribly offensive for someone to intrude upon things that are, you would deem your business. So I'm the type of person where if I know that something is not good or doesn't feel good for me, I try my best not to ever make anybody else feel like that. So I mind my damn business, and I expect the same. Some things, if it doesn't matter to me, if it's not relevant to me, if it doesn't impact me, in one way or another, anyone that I am concerned about it impacting, why would I involve myself? Why? Where that line gets blurry is when it comes to, because naturally we're good people, so we don't want to see anybody wronged, or we don't want to see anybody taken advantage of, or brought harm to. So when do you intervene? What do you choose to intervene? To intervene with or whatever. Like, how do you determine what is okay for you to involve yourself in that you may not have been a part of? And for me, it's just a case-by-case basis. In general, I mind my own business. There are some times where you see an opportunity to help someone or to provide a service that somebody needs. That's when you can interject and say, hey, not my, area, but I'd like to offer this. That's one thing. But being nosy, having an opinion, off passing judgment,
Especially that.
Yeah, that's not ever okay to me, period. It's just not. And I also don't feel like I have to have an opinion on something just because it may be right or wrong.
Right.
I'm not obligated to, well, I got to speak on this and say this about it just because I know that that's how it is. I don't have to say any damn thing about anything if I don't want to. We can talk about something totally different. And what I think people should concern themselves with is why it's important to them that I do or that someone else does. If you are a fair thinker and if you've done your work and your research before you formed an opinion, it shouldn't matter to you at all what anyone else thinks. Look how you've often said, Fran, I am my source. I try shit myself, and I come up with how I feel about it, and that's how I move. You know what I mean? That same logic and that school of thought can be, applied to a lot of different things in life. And I wish a lot of people would. And that's the nice way of saying, beep, 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 beep. You know what I'm saying? And I think y'all know what was getting beeped out.
See, I think it's a delicate dance because on the one hand, and we actually were having a conversation about this earlier, each one of us, and it ties back to this young lady's comment, the Seabeard's comment on SoundCloud. Each one of us is battling so much on a daily basis. And not even to get into our stories about what we're battling because that's not even the relevant point, but it's more so to wake up in the morning and decide to be productive and positive and to just get through the day as best as you can is already a challenge in and of itself for a lot of us for different reasons. So when I say I mind my business, it doesn't mean that I'm on a couch smoking a spliff watching Netflix. Minding my business to me is talking myself through my day so that I can be a healthy, positive contribution when I walk outside of my door. That's what minding my business is. Because imagine, and I've said this before, how different the world would be if everyone made that decision every morning. If everyone made the decision to focus on whatever's eating at them, whatever they haven't handled or confronted and had those conversations and close those doors or open those doors, whatever it is that you need to do to handle your business. Imagine if everyone just did that. We'd have a lot less issues in the world so that you wouldn't even have to be concerned about what X, Y, and Z are doing. So it's difficult because while you are focusing on yourself, trying to stay afloat with all the bullshit that you have to finesse and navigate on a daily basis, people will view you like you're apathetic because you're not online, tweeting threads or, like Dustin said, wanting to discuss and have an opinion on every situation and being a sounding board for every situation that, ties into your gender or your race. It's just overwhelming. It's overwhelming to try to take on the world's problems when you're barely making it taking on your own. So it is a delicate dance because I'm learning that focusing on my own problems is the only way that I can get through the day. I can't take on anyone else's. So, but I'm also, there was a documentary, and this is what the next question comes in. There's a documentary, I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's on Netflix, and I think it's called The Witness or Witness. And it's about a young girl. Have you heard of it?
No.
Oh, because the way you sat up. Oh, no. Not that one. It's a doc, basically, of a young girl that was stabbed to death on the street, right? And there were tons of witnesses, people seeing it from the window. It was like a New York City street. If it's on a New York City street, imagine how many people are witnessing her screaming and looking out the window. But because everyone was minding their own business and kind of apathetic in a way, oh shit, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why she's out there getting stabbed. Nobody helped her. Not one person came downstairs to help, to see what was going on, to, help fend off the guy, which I know is scary. You imagine someone getting stabbed. Do you think you'd be the one that would go downstairs to get in the way or fight him? Or, not very many people called the police. And it's just always that idea of, someone else will do it.
Right.
I'm sure someone else will. So that's the tricky line of when does your apathy of minding your business start becoming harmful to your community? You know what I mean? Like, because that documentary fucked me up.
Yeah.
The girl died. She died right there on the street. And there was a point where the assailant actually ran away because she was screaming so much. But you know what happened? When he got up the block and he like kind of waited and he was like, damn, ain't nobody come down? He was even shocked. And he came back to finish the job.
Wow.
Someone could have helped her in that moment. Someone could have grabbed her and nobody did.
That's inhumane.
He came back and finished the job.
Wow.
But that spoke volumes to me because I am in I'm in an interesting space right now where this is the first time in my life that I am focusing on myself. We've discussed this before. Like, I'm always in relationships or used to like putting my family first. And I decided last year that this year, like from 34 to 35 and on, of course, that I was going to put myself first and make myself a priority in my life, my health, my body, my career, my mind, my emotional, spiritual health, all the aspects, a holistic regimen. And it has changed my life. This is the most successful year of my life. I'm able to help my family and be of service because I am paying attention to my needs. It's the only, when you're on the flight, they say put your oxygen mask first in order to help everyone else. Same code. So, but then you see a documentary like that and it makes you think like, but how harmful is it though? When you are really in your zone and not really like caring about what's going on in the world, all these issues.
That's a different issue to me.
And obviously the documentary is like very specific, like not someone being hurt. But I mean on a larger scale.
Right, just in general, like just a prime example, right? Like one of my friends is a vet, right? Retired from the Air Force. Went to a veteran's office for some help with something or whatever. And the person who was at the veteran's office was so cold, so nasty, so unwilling to dig deep, so unwilling to even listen, just cutting them off. Just unreasonable, just totally uninterested, looking down at her phone, just completely dismissive. And at a certain point, it's just like, well, damn, are you even trying to help me? That's why I'm here. I need your assistance in getting something filed, whatever, X, Y, Z. But she just had no concern, and someone else had to step in and say, wait a minute, this isn't right. Actually, come down here, sir. Let me help you with this, whatever. And everything was worked out and worked out quickly. But because she was so dismissive and not even aware, really, of what was going on, she just like lost an opportunity to help, which literally was the purpose of her being there. She was at work to provide that service. But I think people are so calloused at this point that they just are, I don't know, just desensitized maybe? Would you call it? I don't know. Like they check out almost. And to me, it's something wrong with that. Every day I'm on the raggedy ass train in New York City and I see people let older people stand. Pregnant women. Oh, yeah. Stand. Daily. People on canes. Stand. This lady, I make jokes about wrist canes all the time because it's just something funny about like wrist canes can be used. You know what I mean? But this lady was literally on wrist canes. And this nigga literally, and he wasn't black. It was just a guy, so I'm just saying that word. But he literally sat there and let the lady like struggle. I got up so fast. And it was hard, but again, because I mind my business and at this stage in life, in this part of my life, you know what I mean? I've decided to avoid conflict. I didn't say nothing to him. But believe me, I stifled the urge. It was on the tip of my tongue to be like, God damn, nigga, you see her, and you just gonna sit there? Like I see that every single day. So people have just lost, and that's actually, y'all know it's in the Bible. They say, men will be without fellow feeling, and that's really going on. Like people have lost a general sense of fellow feeling, and it is because, just like you said, sometimes they take that notion of minding their business too far. They use it inappropriately.
Right.
I believe in minding your business, okay? And damn sure don't believe in you minding mine. But at a certain point, there's a human component that comes to play where you should do something or help or show concern. You know?
I kind of get confused on how people get past their business, though. And maybe I have to recognize this within myself. But, when somebody kind of is out of order with something, like, how do you get there almost? Because in my mind, when I think of, like, legalizing gay marriage almost, like, how is that okay to just say that, oh, well, we can't legalize this and, you know, because of what y'all are doing? Like, that is wrong. Like, to even say that that's wrong, because it's a subtraction to, like, you know, it's less than to not allow that to be the same. And it's always confused me and fucked me up because it's like, whose business is this to allow this to not be?
To decide it
Right.
for you.
Right. To just say, no, y'all can't get all this stuff because y'all are the same. And that's not right. Like, it's not even just y'all the same in anything logical. Like, nobody's backtracked and say, you know what, we could just go ahead and let this be a thing. Why is this such an issue?
And I think that's the other side of the spectrum. People who really should mind their business and are in positions of power, unfortunately, that can decide, you know, how them not minding their business is affecting people's actual lives. So there's so many levels to it. But, you know, because you guys know I'm non-confrontational. I just don't give a fuck. Like, it's just, you're not going to control my day. I work so hard to cultivate my energy from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep. So allowing you to change that is just, it's something I won't allow. It's not happening. And this is because of how much I've been through. The fact that I can even still be a nice person. Like, my mom always says it. She's like, kudos to you, because she knows that my life has not been a crystal stair.
Okay.
I've literally had one of the worst hands you could possibly have been dealt. And I'm still respectful, and I try to be aware of the words that I use when I'm speaking about people, when I'm speaking to people, words I speak over people. Like, I'm mindful of the energy I put out because I know of the heavy energy I've been given. So you only know how to feel that when you've dealt with it. You know what I mean? So that's what fuels who I've become now. But there are days, like, I was at the nail shop and this white lady went off on the Asian nail tech. I mean, off.
Oh, God.
She went, you know how Trump is, like, waking these little monsters up. She went off on a tirade because when she gave the young lady a tip, I guess it was a shitty tip. I think she had spent maybe $70 and gave the girl like $2 or $3.
Damn.
And you know how hard those nail techs work.
Right.
They're in there day in and day out. You know, and the fumes that they're taking in, like, come on. And I guess the girl laughed, or not laughed, but she did whatever she did that the white lady just got set off and started making fun of her and her accent and just being terrible. Mind you, I'm sitting there like, this is a white lady. I'm not trying to get in the middle because, you know, they get riled up and then call the police. And then before you know it, your ass is in jail just because of a nail tech argument. You know, like, I'm always thinking how much worse it can get. But I couldn't help it. And I started yelling at the white lady.
Yes. You got to do that.
I did. And you guys know me. That's so not where I'm at. But I could not fucking help it because what I saw was my mom. I saw an immigrant woman that, you know, is here in the States she's really young, barely speaks English. And I see my mom whenever I see any of these women. So as I've mentioned, hotel women, the maids, that's my mom to me. So the lady was yelling at my mom and I went off to the point that the lady was shook and she got up and just left. Like, she walked out. She was like, fuck you. And I was like, I got like in her face. She walked out. And then all the Asian girls came up to me and were like, thank you so much. You know, like, we can't believe she would do that. We just didn't know what to do. Because no one was helping this girl. No one reacted.
You couldn't help it. It just took you over.
It took me over. And granted, it felt personal. You know, I had my reasons on why it affected me. But I think, you know, I don't know. I think things are going to affect people differently based on your life story.
Right.
That's the reality of it. There's some things I may see that to someone else, they'll get riled up. And to me, it's just another day in New York City.
Right.
So, you know, but I do wonder, like, you know, I don't know. Sometimes even like the spiritual people I know, they're so disconnected from the world to the point that sometimes I look at them like they're low-key crazy. Like, the most terrible shit can be happening and they're very like, yeah, well, I just have to meditate about it. And they're so like lax. But I do see that they're able to cultivate this incredible energy where they really just fuck with themselves. Like, I don't fuck with the world. But they've been able to do that successfully. They're like emotionally really healthy for the most part. Obviously not all of them, but the ones I've met. But then there is that weird part though of like, how do you not care about anything?
Yeah.
Right.
Like anything, like nothing. I remember Erykah Badu used to get slandered all the time because I think someone asked her how you feel about Trayvon or something, and she said something along the lines of like, she didn't say I don't, but it was something that was kind of icy. But I understood where she was coming from because I understand that world. You know, that world
like when
of...
ASAP said something like that too.
Well,
about,
no, not ASAP, because ASAP ain't at home meditating about shit. He's just a Harlem dude.
Right. Thinking about what's on your mind while you're getting your hair braided don't
You
count.
know.
That ain't
meditating over some white woman. He meditating over some white woman
No,
somewhere.
we ain't comparing ASAP for Erykah. Nah, he just didn't give a fuck on some Harlem shit.
Okay.
Well, but even in that, even when
He's
you
a
look
Harlem dude that's like, you know how hard I work to get where I'm
I
at.
came from
I
the
don't give
hood.
a
I'm not
fuck.
going back. Like that whole mentality.
And he's in Paris. And he actually, you know what? You brought up a good point because he got in trouble when he was asked about, I think, Black Lives Matter, right? And he was like, I'm not thinking about that shit. I'm in Paris. And even though he caught heat, I understood where he was coming from in the sense that he's like, y'all don't know the fuck I've been through.
Exactly.
And I'm in Paris, okay? Working on my album with my Balenciaga, whatever rappers like to talk about in their songs. And so, yeah, of course he's going to catch heat, understandably. But I also low-key was like, I get it. I get it.
And then on another note, with him being an artist that was performing and stuff, like he wasn't following the news, and he was probably like, "Keep all that serious shit away from me." And not that makes
like he's
any
just
of it
trying to stay afloat.
okay, but it's like sometimes, and not to compare this to that, but when I be on the train, I be feeling bad as fuck that I can't give every bum on the train something.
Yeah.
Like
That's so real.
Like I feel like if I have a roof over my head and I'm full, like I should be able to give somebody something every now and then. But I be
And I do.
and I feel bad
But if
every
you gave
time.
it to every single one that
This
came
is what
in,
I'm saying. Like sometimes I'll have just hit a cup, like I'll just hit 50 cents in the cup, and then somebody will come right behind them on the next car, and I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry. Like, you know, I wish that I could.
My brother told me a story today. Today, y'all. He was going to donate. He had cleaned out a whole bunch of clothes from his house or whatever. And he was going to take him to a drop-off center. And when he got there, this guy approached him, and he said, I think the guy was homeless or whatever. And the guy was like, hey, what size stuff you got or something like that. And the guy was tall. And my brother said the guy's energy, he liked it. Like, he was like, you know what? I got a bunch of good shit over here. He was like, and I got such and such size. What size shoe you wear? And the guy told him it was the right size. My brother was like, yo, today is your day, dog. Come here. My brother gave him like all this shit.
That's
you know
so
what I'm
dope.
saying? Like, and they had like an exchange or whatever. And he was just saying how it felt so good to do that. He was already going to donate the stuff, but to have that like connection like that
Of
and
course.
do it, it was just an amazing feeling. So for me, some things usurp my position of minding my business, like how A$AP Rocky was able to take that stance or whatever and be vocal like that. While I don't even know if I can say I get it because I do understand. You know what I'm saying? Him having a different focus.
I don't think it was right.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
anybody in this room thinks it was
No.
right.
Right.
I'm
But
like,
like,
let's
yeah.
put that
Oh,
out
right.
there.
Okay.
I think it was terrible to even speak on it if you feel that way.
What in the fuck did...
I just feel like when it comes to like, that's just, I don't know. The way you reacted to that lady berating that other lady, that's how I feel about black issues like in America or whatever, around the world really. But like for him to say that it didn't matter to him because he was over in Paris, even if thinking about like what he had been through, that should make you even more motivated to be vocal about what's right and what's wrong for black people in America today.
I agree with
And
that.
I can't, these people that I think it's cool to be so open with these opinions and perspectives that do nothing to advance black people in America and that bring focus and highlight to negative things about black people in America. People willfully doing that, I just don't get that. I have a problem with that. And that's why people like Whoopi Goldberg, who is somebody that I have the utmost professional respect for. But when she went on The View berating DeRay
I did not
for what he said about
understand
the
that.
prevalence of the
Too
AIDS,
much.
bitch, if anybody in the world should know why it's not cool to talk about something like that on a platform like that, it should be you, Whoopi. You've said how hard a time you had because of how you looked. You know that. So for you to say that about him, knowing the type of work that he does, knowing where that comment came from, even if you didn't get it, didn't understand it, you could have reached out to him. You could have handled it differently on camera, on television, in front of all of those people. I just didn't think that was cool. I don't ever think it's cool or space for a black person with high visibility like that to tear another black person down in that way when it's not deserved. If you don't understand something or you disagree, that's one thing and that's a conversation to be had. But what she did, that was inappropriate. And so I just, that and what A$AP Rocky said and other things that other people have said, Chili stupid ass, talking about all lives matter and all that other shit and talking about, well, I didn't really mean it like that. We watched what you said in depth. So where is this coming from and why are you forgetting what you've done and what happened? You read history books, you got family, you're aware, you know what has happened. You know, other people have said that I've never been experienced racism. You know it exists. And you know that other people have. And you know it's a problem.
And you've had to been under a rock to not know the All Lives Matter conversation at this point.
Come on, Chili.
You know what I mean? Like, come on.
But
I
so
get
many,
people are busy, but ain't nobody that busy.
outside of being busy, a lot of people honestly, I feel blessed to be in this space with y'all to explore a lot of the things that we talk about. But I don't think a lot of these artists even really sit and
Have
take the
that.
time to explore and say what's going on and what that means. Because,
True.
I mean, I'm not going to make excuses for A$AP or Chili or anybody because at the end of the day, like, they are where they at and they got there and they have to deal with a whole lot of shit being there. And as good as that might look to a lot of us, there is a lot of bullshit that goes behind it. Even with June's Diary and Monica and that whole shit, like, I don't think it was an easy decision for anybody to, like, I don't think anybody sat and said, yeah, we're going to sign it. We're going to go on tour with this, dude who might have touched some people, da-da-da. It might have just been like, we going on tour. We booked. This is a job. And then later on, the conversation might have come back up about this person being a monster, but they might not have explored that. Oh, that was alleged. We don't really know about that. And that could have been the end of that. And, when you're surrounded to where you can control your settings and what things are and be like, I don't want to hear nothing about that. It's all about work when we come in the studio and we cutting these tracks and we doing this tour and that's it. Like you can easily just be super disconnected and caught up in that mind your own business bubble. And I think a lot of it has to be with what your responsibility to yourself is when you're having self-talk. Because if you're just surrounded by a lot of people that might be yes men and they're just like, yes, you don't have to explore shit ever. And you can be A$AP Rocky and be like, I'm out in Paris. Fuck Black Lives Matter. Like, as opposed to someone being like, hey, imagine you friends with A$AP and he about to say something about Black Lives and he be like, yo, don't even say nothing because you ain't read none of them articles. Don't even
Right.
talk. And then he'd be like, oh, yeah, you right. And then at least somebody could say, he admitted that he had no idea what the fuck he was talking about. But it's like people get in these positions and they just are supposed to say something, so they say whatever, or they're too scared to say anything, so then they're looked at for like, why didn't you say anything? But it's like, sometimes they can't, and they just do. And I think it just goes back to minding your own business. A lot of these people should just say, you know what? This might sound irresponsible, but I don't know. And you know what? If this is something you feel like I, as the artist, should carry up for, maybe I'll do the research. Or I am going to focus on my music, and that's not me. Like, I feel like a lot of people should just take that stance and say, that's not me. And I think it's hard to do, and it's hard to get there, but too many of us are wrapped up in saying the wrong shit because we might have been put up in the mind your own business bubble, but then dipped out of it when we shouldn't have.
And I'm glad you brought up Whoopi because that did really bother me because she has this platform. And although I'm not someone that's confrontational, I don't really like to I'm the type of person that doesn't necessarily focus on what I don't like. I'd just rather tell you what I do like. That's kind of how I run my brand. So the odds of you, I think when we talked about Tony Braxton, that was why my palms were sweating because I was so out of my element. Like I would never want to talk about like knocking and how could I? Like that's terrible. I literally lost sleep. I was like, that was awful for me because what I pride myself in is that I don't like to shit on people. I don't like to talk shit about people. I don't like to judge. It hurts my heart when people call someone trash or say someone's canceled. Like, I don't do any of that because I rather use my platform to focus on what is working and give fuel to the things that I feel should be at the forefront. That's sort of how I work. So that's why when Whoopi did that, it kind of was like, whoa. And obviously, no judgment. She has her reasons for why she does her shit. I don't know, Whoopi. But for me, it was like, you have this dope-ass platform and you're using it to knock one of us? That's wild. And people were like, yeah, but her job is to discuss pop culture and she has to be fair. It's not like she can only talk about white people. You know, that was like a lot of the arguments I saw online.
Oh, my God.
But my thing is, you could talk about pop culture. That's fine. I mean, we all do it, but I just don't see myself tearing down someone, you know, that's in that visible position whose life is in danger all the time. He's always getting threatened. You know, he's in a very delicate position with cops and white supremacists and the alt-right. You know, it's just, and her saying like...
fanning the flames, essentially.
I don't know. It made me really uncomfortable. But that's another thing. I guess that's the last question. You know, I tend to put my energy in supporting. Like I guess that's my revolution, is to help create the platforms, help create positions, help create jobs, help give energy. Like even last week with the wellness segment where I mentioned Teek's web series, you know, and they actually hit me back and said that you guys listening gave them like almost 10,000 views.
Yes.
And even on her Twitter, like 800 of you or something followed her. Hasn't even been a week. You guys did that. Right. You guys did that. And so that's my calling. Like that's what makes my heart like beat, is to figure out how the visibility that I've gained, how can I use that to help someone else kind of not have to deal with the same bullshit I've had to deal with to even get here.
Thank you.
So if I can help you skip a couple steps and keep pushing that ceiling up and up and up with every opportunity, like that is kind of like what gets me motivated. I'm not really like gonna be like writing think pieces or arguing or judging or calling people trash and I don't know if that's a bad thing. Like it's something I'm kind of working through, because sometimes when people do get mad at me, and like I saw one girl was mad at me, she's like, you know, I just hate that you're always like, no judgment. And I was like, wow, that's fascinating that you're mad at me because I choose to not be mad at people. That's interesting, you know, and it's something that I'm working through because I get that a lot. And I'm like, you know, I choose to focus on this side of life because of how hard life is. I'd rather focus on the beautiful energy I can create. But I get how when you are a spiritual person, people can view those rosy sunglasses as fucking annoying. Like, you know, it's like that episode we did about toxic positivity, which is such a funny term to me. But so, you know, I get it. And I'm not one of those people that if someone's hurting, that I'm like, just stay positive, think positive thoughts. I have a whole tour that's based on us studying our dark sides and shadow work because I know all about it. I don't avoid it. I'm not sitting here playing in the fields of flowers while people are dying, you know? So it's not like I'm oblivious. But what do you guys think? Is choosing to be helpful versus combative, is that a bad thing?
No, because you just finished telling us a story where you could not fight the natural urge to stand up in defense of someone who is being wronged. So this is not a declaration on your behalf that you are going to ignore, you know what I mean, treacherous behavior against people who cannot defend themselves. This is not a declaration on your behalf that you are going to be aloof as you move through life and act as if everything is okay and good for everyone.
Right, yeah.
This is you saying that you are choosing to put your effort and your energy and exert force into creating things for the greater good and helping and aiding other people. Now, anybody that has a problem with that has a problem in general, which is a problem for themselves, which is why I'm going to do what we just finished discussing and mind my own business, and I'm not going to worry about their ass.
Right.
You get what
Well
I'm saying?
said.
You continue on doing things the way that you're doing them because, like you said, it's more important to you to commit yourself to this work in aiding and advancing the wellness of literal people, strangers to you. You have a natural knack and calling to be that nurturing for complete and total strangers. Why in the fuck would you spend time dragging somebody
Yeah.
or, doing all that shit? You don't have to. And anyone that expects that of you and acts as if you're wrong for not doing it, that's how you know they're not for you. And that's just
And I
that.
guess the bottom line is be a revolutionary however you're called to be that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to look different for everybody. For some of us, meditating at home is how we contribute to like the vibration of the world as a whole. And that might seem lazy to someone else. And it might seem unbelievably powerful and beautiful to another person. You know what I mean? Like I get on a spiritual level how me being at home meditating, I'm one less negative energy and frequency that's being put out and contributing to the world in a dark way. That's beautiful. Imagine if everybody did that for 5 minutes a day. So there's beauty in people that are tapped into themselves. That's why I don't judge. I understand the think pieces. I understand the revolutionaries, the people that want to be in the front lines, but I'm just not really that person. So I have to contribute to the world with my personal strengths. And I think that people have to be more respectful of what that looks like for everybody.
Well said. Especially the part of people being respectful of what that looks like for everybody. Because when you aren't minding your own business, you're being disrespectful. And it depends on how it looks for people and where they're at. It's not helpful. And I don't think people realize that. And I think where we feel like we're being helpful and we don't see that we're being harmful, it can really take away from the experience for both people. But once you realize that you are being harmful and you actually try to do the work to become helpful, and if that even means removing yourself from a situation for both parties to be, at the highest high, then I think that more people should think about doing things that way too. Just because it's not going to be good if it's two people being bad. So if I can sit at home and meditate and be the positive one and come around you and you still negative and then give you some positivity, I think it's beautiful.
Because you can do bad all by your damn self.
Don't
You
we
don't
know
need
it?
no help to starve to death. Have you ever heard that song?
Mm-mm.
It's a blues song called I Can Do Bad All By Myself. Look it up. It's homework, y'all.
So that's it. That's it for this week's hot button issue. Just something to consider. And I know we've talked about this before in different ways of just how you can contribute to the world in your own way and figuring out what that is. And then being strong enough and brave enough, because it takes bravery, Lord, to stand in what your truth looks like. And the only way you'll know what that truth is how it feels to you. Bottom line. So something to think about, point of reflection. Those of you who agreed, disagreed with us last week, it's just conversation. And at least you guys were respectful. I will say that. So that's it. That's it for this week's hot button issue. Now let's move on to the wellness segment.
We're gonna get to well, but we're gonna segue into it with an ode to ye old Ashley Banks of Fresh Prince fame. Mind your business, that's all. Just mind your business.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
And now, well. Go ahead, Fran.
So I have a question for you guys. This is always my favorite way to start the wellness segment. Putting
Damn.
y'all on the spot.
I'm not here. I'm going to the bathroom.
So here's my question. How much water do you drink in a day? Even though I will say I see 2 water
Not
bottles
enough.
I
next
drink
to y'all.
hella water.
Are you intentional or do you
Yeah.
just drink water when you drink it? Or are you intentional like I have to drink a certain amount of water a day?
I'm into like sparkling water, so it
too.
makes it easier for me. Even though it was nasty when I first tasted it, it was like beer without alcohol. But like I love it now, and so it's my beverage of choice. If I'm not having, the only other thing that I will drink is cran apple juice because I mean that's like
my God.
the holy key. But I drink water all the time, and it is intentional but I do drink a lot of water.
But are you aware of how much you're drinking or no?
No, I know I'm drinking more than, 64 ounces a day? that
Well,
they
it's
say?
different. It's different for people. I think,
It's supposed
based
to be
on
half
like
your weight or something like
Oh.
that.
I think I drink enough. I'm peeing all the time. If peeing is an indication,
And
I'm
your
batting
pee's,
1,000.
clear.
Oh yeah, crystal.
Crystal.
Please,
What about
bling
you?
bling.
I drink. You know what? I can gauge my attitude based on how much water.
That's so
I'm
damn
not even
real.
kidding with you. That's why I can notice, like, when shit is awry, I've been like, you know what? I have not had enough water today. I'm dehydrated. I can sense. You know how when people that have those hunger pains or they get real evil when they ain't ate?
Hangry.
Dustin.
Like part of that goes into hydration too.
Of course.
So where are we going? You about to give me a
You
secret?
said, where are we?
Because
No.
I be feeling it. It be cosmic. I be like, oop, I have not had enough water for this argument. I have not.
Not for this argument. No, I asked because, I always drink a lot of water. That's something that is, I love it because Asante
I'm drinking water right now.
Water.
Look, I'm looking at you drinking like.
Okay, I don't want no trouble.
Okay.
Right. I've always been a water drinker. Obviously, after my illness, it became more intentional in my day. I was like, girl, you are never going through this again. But recently, I started feeling overwhelmed by my schedule. And I tweaked my diet, changed my sleep schedule, trying to sleep earlier. Just a lot of little tweaks like that. And they all helped. But I still was feeling so fatigued. And I was like, what else can I do? I've been working out a little bit harder and still feeling fatigued. My body cannot seem to keep up with my current schedule and my energy levels, I should say, more specifically. So I was like, I wonder if I should increase my intake of water. Just intuitively, something said, try drinking 3 liters, between 3 liters and a gallon. Not so much a gallon, but mainly 3 liters of water a day and see if that helps at all. So I went on Amazon because Amazon has everything.
Amazon is king.
Right. And I typed in 3-liter water bottle. And this really cute, a bunch of cute water bottles popped up that are 3 liters. So that's why I asked you guys, are you intentional with the amount where you know how much you're drinking and you're almost seeing it visibly, with a set goal? I've never really done that. I always just kind of knew, I'd eyeball and I'd base it on my body. Like you said, if you're not feeling good, if you're angry, whatever, or kind of dehydrated. So, but I decided to be more intentional and I switched to this 3-liter bottle. I've been doing it for about 2.5 weeks. And you guys, I'm not even going to look up articles on the benefits of water. That's not even the point. Like I always say, I am my source. I know the truth by how it feels. You guys need to drink 3 liters of water, at least as a minimum. I know everyone's body's different based on your activities every day and your weight and all these things. But everything changed. I've been waking up and my energy levels, it's I've drank coffee, a Red Bull. Water is amazing, but the impact,
it's reached your system.
the fact that I'm laughing because Dustin and Assante keep drinking water.
Because you're a well-oiled machine. I know everything you talking about. Look,
it makes, I was telling Maya, I'm water. Dustin just chugged a liter over here. We know this. We hear it all the time. Drink more water, drink more water. I was already drinking around 2 liters. I don't know what it is about 3 liters, but my energy levels have been off the charts. I ran the next day, even after I started drinking the 3 liters, I ran 2 miles in under 20 minutes, which for me is pretty fast because I have slowed down how much I run because I have knee problems now. But I was a bat out of hell. I ran it, felt amazing. I've been going on nightly walks. My energy is just boom, 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 boom. My skin, of course, looks amazing. So it's helped with that. But that's just a perk. You are when I was working out, obviously I'm sweating more, and then you're using the bathroom, of course, you're peeing. So you're releasing all these wastes. So your body is just moving. Like you said, you're a well-oiled machine. I feel my circulation is better. I mean, it is drastic. And even my ability to focus on my to-do list, I'm blasting through everything. it literally feels like I took a pill that just like opened up more of my brain. You know how that movie, like, is it called Limitless?
Yeah, and it's a series on Netflix.
And you
now.
know they actually like sell the pill now, which is kind of funny. It's on
that's
Amazon.
scary.
I don't know
I
how.
want that.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I want to test it. I was reading the reviews because I was curious, but I was like, Fran, don't do that. But it felt that way. It felt like a portion of my brain had been open, like a slight percentage that I hadn't been using or was unable to tap into. Like just adding that extra liter. And the fact that it's so intentional because of this bottle, and someone on Twitter, because of course I posted a picture, was like, you guys, you got to drink at least 3 liters of water a day. And I ended up looking it up because someone asked like, oh, what's the bottle? And it's gogreenbottles.com. And they have a ton of different colors. It's BPA free. So the plastic of the bottle isn't toxic, or at least it's less toxic, I should say. And it's just, y'all, like, I don't know. My ability to focus and my fatigue. Like, I just was feeling very fatigued. Like, I wasn't... You know those mornings sometimes you spring out of bed and then there are mornings where Dustin is chugging water.
We need more water in here.
I be tired, shit.
You know there's some mornings where you just can't get... Like, you put in 5 and 3 more minutes and 2 more minutes and snoozing and 1 more minute. Like, who the hell puts an alarm for 1 more minute of sleep? Like, that's how you know shit is bad. You're like, just 1 more minute.
I am tired.
Can I tell you something really embarrassing on why I know this works?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like maybe was it last summer, the summer before, when I like drastically like
lost hella weight.
Right.
Yeah.
So I went through that
That's
stage
another
before
perk, of course.
when I was younger, and it was because I just increased my water intake. But the reason that I increased it was, this is the stupidest shit ever. I think when Christina Milian was first popping, she was on Cribs or something.
Mm-hmm.
But she randomly was like, I drink water every day. Like I drink water when I wake up, and I drink some right before I go to bed. So I just made it a priority
Christina Milian
to make
done
sure.
affected you.
Look, and on Twitter, like 2 years ago, Chasing Jason, shout out to Chasing Jason, he's a personal trainer. He would tweet every morning, like, have you had your water in the morning? So I would just always make it a priority to have water when I woke up, when I would go to bed, when I would see Jason tweet about it. Just when I felt dehydrated, I was like, oh, I think I'm going to die. Let me just do some water now so I don't wake up dead.
No, and it's not a wake up dead.
You know, when you about to get in the bed and you're like, oh, let me just...
I'm so mad at you.
Dead.
And just even for those of you who are into fitness and work out on a regular basis, my soreness, I'm not sore because it's like the water is lubricating my joints and my muscles to the point that, and even if any of you played sports, the coach would always tell you drink a lot of water so that you wouldn't, during like seasons where you're conditioning, like before the season starts, the coach always reminds you to drink hella water while you're conditioning because your body, your muscles are kind of like reactivating and you need to take care of them because they're tearing while you're lifting and working out. So we know all these things. That's why I'm like, I'm not saying anything new. It's just the fact that like I'm being more intentional with how much I'm drinking on a daily basis. I am seeing the difference.
There it is.
And then for women, menstrual cramps, no cramps. I'm talking about you're going to pee and be like, oh shit, my cycle started. Like no cramps whatsoever. So many benefits that it's like, I'm just like mad at myself for not having...
I just wish I would have been drinking water sooner.
You know, I'm like 70 years old just figuring this out. But I always kind of went back and forth. Like I'll drink 2 liters and then 3 liters on a good day or a hot day. You know, like it was always dependent on my mood. But the fact that I got this bottle, so I fill it the night before. Mm-hmm. So in the morning it's already there. And then I just start kind of, knocking out as much of it as I can. Yes, I'm always in the bathroom because it's a lot of fucking water. But I will say, going into week 2 now, it's not as much. It's like my body's beginning to process it. It feels like it's a muscle. Like you just have to get your body used to it. And so, yes, I'm going to the bathroom a lot, but it's not crazy.
And low-key, it's a check-in. Because when you go into the bathroom...
It's just amazing feeling.
And not for nothing, because, you got to see what color your urine is looking.
Yeah,
your
that's
body...
just
an easy indicator of how healthy you are.
Yeah, even your poop. We should do a segment on that, what your poop looks like and what it means.
These niggas talking about they don't want no cloudy diamonds. And they pee looking like Martinelli's apple juice. What's wrong with you? Priorities.
Right. But just, like I said, I didn't want to pull up no articles on the benefits of water. I just wanted to give you guys exactly what I've noticed just in a little under 2 weeks. increasing my daily water intake to 3 liters specifically has done for me. So just want to put that out there. Like I said, the website is gogreenbottles.com, and they have the gallon bottles. They have 3 liter, 2 liter, 1 liter. I got the 3 liter one. And if you feeling fatigued or like you can't hang with your schedule, trust me, you may just need to increase your intake of water. It's very simple. Try it. I know some people like, I don't like the way water tastes, which is the funniest thing to me.
Because it ain't got no damn taste but good.
And you know what? If you're going to drink water, I don't want to be that guy. I'm going to mind my own business.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to drink water, okay? In addition to, the little Crystal Light packets and stuff.
Or people put fruit.
Yeah, I feel like you should. Well, you could drink the water with the fruit too if you want. But, just water by itself ain't so bad.
So good. And I don't drink cold water. I drink room temperature water.
Mm-hmm. Cold water is only good like at certain times.
If you're hot as hell or something, yeah.
If it's too cold, sometimes it's like,
I don't like it. I don't like how it makes me feel when it hits your chest and you kind of like sink in, like.
Right.
I don't
but
like that.
They say you're not supposed to drink water that cold anyway because it shocks your system. But
that's exactly what it feels like it's doing. So I've always just stuck, and even for artists, like for your throat and your voice and vocal cords, you always stick to room temperature water, which is what got me started with that. But just want to put that out there. Very simple, very basic.
So you're promoting water this week?
Yes, very simple and basic. But I think it's one of those things that is so easily overlooked because of how basic it is. I love it because Assante and Dustin literally keep chugging water.
And it's good.
Right, so that's it for this week's wellness segment. Check your water levels as you're listening to this. And since it's probably early, just keep it in mind for the rest of the day. So now let's jump into Mr. Music Man. What you got for us this week, Assante?
It's the Music Man back with another icebreaker. So I'm about to break you off with that ice. So icebreaker in the email, shout out to Nicholas Johnson. Hey y'all, inserts out some compliments. I like that. If you had to remake a TV show theme show, which show would it be and which artist/artist would you choose? For example, I would remake the Proud Family theme song using Kalani and Chance the Rapper. And I just think that would be super dope. The Proud Family theme song was sung by Solange and Destiny's Child and them back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So to hear, I think Kalani would be really dope on that.
I could hear her.
And I can even hear Chance doing like a little spoken word rap. I see the twins coming down the street, the Proud Family. Like just something real like, oh, Chance. This is a real Chicago-oriented show these days.
This is a funny one.
Ooh.
I think I kind of have mine. But you go ahead.
Okay, this is going to end up going a few rounds, I feel like, once we get it started.
Right.
So for my first one, this is about to be random as fuck. In the spirit of Proud Family and Solange, I would love to hear Solange remake the Dawson's Creek opening theme song. That song, I don't want to wait.
Would it be?
I could totally hear
Can't you hear Solange doing that and killing it? I felt like that would have been like the shit.
Give me Mary Jane Blige on the theme song, The Family Matters.
Wait, I'm trying to hear.
Rare tradition in this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Mary would mangle that shit.
She would take it apart.
Mary, I'm trying to tell you. My favorite singer, one of my favorite shows. So songs.
Right.
Gosh, this is a lot of pressure.
Who y'all got?
Okay, give me the Wonder Years. Remember?
What would you do if I sang out of tune like I'm doing right now? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
Oh, that song. I love that song.
Who gonna sing it?
Let's give that to, hold on. I'm trying to match the voice. Hold on. Who would slay that? I'm hearing a guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say Miguel because I feel like I
I
always
was trying to not think Miguel too. I was like, not Miguel.
Don't say Miguel.
I was gonna say like Galan or somebody just to not say Miguel.
Because his little growl is so perfect.
Somebody do Sampha.
Actually, that's kind of lit though.
Right?
That's kind of lit. Maybe BJ, the Chicago kid.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe BJ, the Chicago
I like that.
kid,
I
right?
like that.
I like that.
You know, BJ been putting out some tracks lately.
Or my dude, Ro James.
Oh, Ro James.
He could give it a cool rock edge, and he has the range.
Yes, he does.
Right?
What about Riley Burris?
You know what?
She could really do
Riley
it.
Burris could
Talking
redo.
about the Wonder
She
Years.
could do. No, she could sing the the Medicine Woman theme song with who was that? When you walk down the road. Was that Dr. Quinn, the Medicine Woman?
Riley fucking Burris singing the theme song to Dr. Quinn.
It used to be. What was her name? Was it Delta? No.
Delta Burke. I love Delta Burke. Delta Burke was so sweet.
What happened to her?
I think
Touched by an Angel. Wasn't she on there too?
With Della Reese? No, is that a different show?
No, Della Reese is the one where sang the thing. Delta Burke is from Designing Women.
I love Delta Burke.
And you know what? I was actually just talking about Designing
Hey, Delta,
Women.
what? It wasn't Designing Women good. It was so funny.
Why were we watching that?
No, really,
know.
We
really.
watched such like even watching
Tell me something.
the Golden Girls. Like I laughed
Yeah.
thinking how many of us were watching that as kids.
This shit used to be funny.
And Empty Nest. Did y'all ever
Oh, I
watch
loved Empty Nest and the dog. What was the
that? Do you
dog's
know
name?
Empty Nest was a spinoff of Golden Girls?
Yes, they
I
were the
never knew
neighbors.
that.
They were the next door neighbors.
I just learned that recently on a Twitter thread.
His daughters was so funny too.
That show
Empty
was-
Nest was good. Fran, I should have known you guys. That was a good NBC comedy. Empty Nest was good.
Well, why were we watching that? Think about it. These old white people.
No, but let me tell you, on Designing Women, Meshack, the dude, the guy, the black guy,
Oh my god, yo,
he was
Funky
actor.
Dineva.
It's amazing.
only reason.
Funky Dineva should play Meshack Taylor's role in Designing Women when they do it.
But you
Oh,
know what? I'm not
shit.
mad at that
He would
because
kill
I
that.
loved him in oh my god, nobody's gonna know what the fuck this is. The Mannequin movies.
Oh
He
my
used to be in the movies.
Mannequin, yes.
Yo, you were such an 80s
Was
kid.
Bruce Willis in Mannequin?
He might have been.
Or no, he was in Moonlighting. That was a show. It's something totally.
I don't remember the
Never
love
mind.
interest. I just always remember it was some bullshit with that mannequin bitch.
Oh gosh,
Mannequin
that was so
was
damn
good.
funny.
He was the bomb in that. I'm gonna use him for one of my looks or something.
But Fran, so who gonna
This
sing
was
the
the
song?
era of Daryl Hannah. Remember, she was
Oh,
like in
yes.
every movie.
Yes.
What was the mermaid
thinking
movie
what-
she
that
did?
was her,
that
wasn't
was
it?
yeah. She was the mermaid.
Yes.
Where she squeaked and things would like crack.
And
Remember?
she was in love with old boy.
They
What
play
was
it all the
movie?
time on
Daryl
TBS
Hannah.
too.
God damn.
Splash.
Splash.
Oh,
Whew, how was I gonna
my
forget
God. And do y'all remember Overboard?
Overboard with Goldie Hawn when she
Oh,
told the
yes.
man in the psych
And she
ward,
had
"Oh, shut up
amnesia?
and eat your checkers." Remember, because she was with all them.
Okay, if you're gonna bring up Goldie Hawn, what was that movie where they were the best friends and then they had the spell? Y'all ain't gonna
Hocus
know now.
Pocus.
No, they were best friends and they would drink the Eternal Youth Elixir or some shit, and they were both on.
Oh, with
Tiny and Shekinah's road trip.
with Bette Midler.
Yes,
Bette
yes.
Miller and Goldie Hawn. Oh, ruthless people, other people's money, something.
Witches.
No,
Wi-
but
not
but
Witch.
do you remember Witches with Angelica Houston?
Yeah,
And she's
Angelica
in the little
Houston.
he-
I've always been obsessed with her. She's so vibey and
I am
cool.
so mad.
I would
we
love to
all
see
the
her
80s.
argue with Gina Torres on screen. Wouldn't it be good?
That would
That'd be
actually
so
be
good.
really
Wouldn't
popping.
it be good?
I would like that.
They're both
actually.
so regal.
And then have
Yes.
Marlo Hampton come in
Oh,
in
my
the
God.
middle.
You said Regal.
But not
How
the
did we
Buick.
get here? How did we get here? We are so
Oh,
funny.
the rabbit hole.
Oh, because you were gonna say who was singing the theme song to the Wonder Years.
Oh,
But we settled on Ro
yeah,
James.
either
Okay.
yeah, I think I'm gonna settle. Well, I don't know.
Anthony
Settle.
Hamilton,
Ooh, why you laughing?
Because
Faith
I was-
Evans. Faith Evans would mangle that.
I mean, she would. I could totally hear her sing it. I hear a guy though.
Oh yeah, that part.
Okay,
Literally.
randomly, I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna be done. Earlier today,
Yo, Dustin be taking me down.
he can't help it. He just goes and goes. It's like
He said literally.
you pull a post in, there's another one there. Just keep on playing.
Oh God!
Like
Go
a box of
ahead.
tissues.
Earlier today, I don't know.
2-ply.
Earlier today, I was watching the damn That's So Raven reboot on YouTube,
it's
Raven's
back?
Home, and it was actually good.
Is Orlando on it?
He is not. He is not present. Orlando will not be.
Orlando didn't bloom.
And let me tell you,
imagine?
I was thinking about it because they cast. Okay, so I'm gonna get this shit away. Y'all ain't gonna watch or go watch and pause here. They did it where Chelsea, her best friend, and Raven, they had failed marriages, so now they rooming together.
Damn.
And so the little son, Raven's son, I was like, is that supposed to be her and Orlando's child? Is he supposed to come through here? I'm confused. I was just terrified by what was supposed to happen. But it's a cute show. I can't believe I was watching
Raven's
it. I had to tell
Home.
somebody.
That's funny. Whew.
Yes. Well, that was it for the icebreaker turned rabbit hole. Any listens lately?
Oh gosh. I was telling the guys earlier that I now have a newfound appreciation for the mumble rappers of this generation. They are amazing to work out to. I've been working out to what is it? All my friends are dead. Push me
Lil
to the
Uzi Vert.
edge.
I
Yeah.
love Lil Uzi Vert. I want to sit and like eat Pocky with him.
Who coochie
Not
hurt?
Baki.
Coochie
I
crack.
thought that was his
Coochie
name.
crack.
Who coochie hurt?
Coochie crack.
I was like, Uzi Vert. What the hell is a Uzi Vert? Oh, okay.
But I've been listening to. I made a playlist of all the mumble rappers. It's called Flex Like Ooh,
Okay.
which is Lil Pump's song. You know, we saw Lil Pump. Anyways, here we go into another
Okay.
tangent. Me and Jade saw him. She
Of
was like,
course,
she was
you
like,
and
Fran,
Jade saw
do
him."
not go up to him because I wanted to be like Flex Like.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. Did you add Ugly God to your list?
Yeah, water.
Speaking of Jade, shout out to Jade. Ugly God's Water is our song.
She put me on the Ugly God.
Yeah, bitch, I'm a dyke. Boozy fake like a dyke. Strapped up like a dyke.
She said that one day, Tristan
Was teaching Noah?
was brushing Noah's teeth in the bathroom, and all she heard was water.
Like he was,
Water. I was like, no,
he remade
did
the
not
song.
use it.
He was like, all right, first I put the poop space on the water. I brush my teeth and I take water. Like teaching Noah the song, but the kids
He
version.
was like, and then you turn on the water.
That's great parenting right
Water.
there. I
Yo,
love that.
Also, let
dead.
the record reflect that Jade of all Jades had the pin tweet of her reading a Dr. Seuss
She's
book
so
to
damn
Noah
funny.
along to the rhythm of Gucci Mane's Lemonade. Like with the track playing in the background talking about added a little Gucci. They are like,
Shout out to
to
Jade and
Jade.
Kia and the Getting Grown pod. They
Yes.
are
Yes.
hysterical.
Getting grown.
But all that to say this.
That you've been listening to.
That I have been, I retract all my previous statements. Playboy Cardi, like Magnolia.
Yes.
And even, I know he's problematic, y'all, but I'm just running to him in the park. Kodak Black's Tunnel Vision.
I know it's hard to understand
What
why
he
my
say?
jockey
Need me a
blocking.
little baby. What do he say?
I need me a little baby who's gonna listen. Fuck up
Attention.
addiction.
That song is live.
Have you
So
seen the
I'm a little
video?
late. No, I don't.
It's the How About That Girl.
No, he
Rapping the
didn't.
song.
Oh God.
She's in the video.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm over it. I would love to. You know how they have like battle raps and shit. I would love to get on stage and trade insults with Kodak Black. I really would, and I feel like he deserves it. You know what I'm saying?
He totally does.
Yeah,
He's
I
terrible.
would love. Let's shoot a fair one. Shout out to Kodak Black. Let's get in
We
the
need
ring.
to get y'all on
I
Wildin'
would
Out.
get in the ring on Wildin' Out
Could you
and like go
imagine?
back and forth with Kodak Black. That would be so much fun. All in good fun. I'm a
Yeah,
good sport.
but they're funny to run to. Like all these like ignorant ass songs. I even put what is it? T-shirt.
Migos.
Migos T-shirt. Who else I have? Of course, I have Bad and Bougie.
You got Lil Yachty on there?
No, he's too slow to run to, bruh.
You know what? and look, not only that, the fucked up part is he be rapping off beat too. So if you running to the fucking beat, the minute he start rapping off beat, you kind of might start tripping up your
Nah.
damn self. He will fuck you up.
I tried. No lie, I tried, and I was like, this is slowing down my miles. So everyone else though, that's my shit. And of course, Bodak Yellow.
Oh, absolutely.
Say, little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes.
Store.
I hope she can get some sort of award this year.
She's
She
lit,
deserves
man.
it. That's
She's
a wonderful song.
dope.
She needs some sort
And I
of
like Lick. I
recognition.
feel like people don't talk about
Man,
Lick.
people slept on
That
Lick.
song is so good. I'm
then
actually
she had Offset
surprised
on
that
there.
Bodak Yellow was bigger than Lick because I actually low-key like Lick more. But
They're more
they're
shots.
both dope, though.
There are more punchlines in Bodak Yellow that people can fuck with.
Bodak Yellow just makes me feel like I am just on go.
Yo,
like
and
on 1,000.
listen, that's why I told people online. I was like, you got to make a playlist that gasses you. Like exactly that makes you on go. Like I be running and feeling like I just be
You're
have
in
that
that
little
zone.
attitude like, and I think that kind of helps. That's why like obviously I would never promote a lot of these artists because they're terrible and they say terrible shit. But low key when I'm running, there's a certain aggressiveness that they have in their songs. It just kind of helps me pull out that like masculine
needed.
side. Yeah, and it just helps. That's what I've been running to. So that's my listens lately.
Dustin, what you been listening to lately?
I've been stuck on Meek Mill's album.
Hey.
I
Wins
need
and
to
Losses
listen
is
to that.
really, really good. He has a song called Heavy Heart that just really hits home. I love it. The song with him and Young Thug, Jeffrey did his thing. As soon as you come on, you hear him in the background like the Braxton sisters, killing it. And so I just, it's
The
just
Braxton
good.
sisters.
Yeah, Meek Mill's album is good. Tiana Taylor does her thing on the album. Her
I
vocals are
heard.
Yes.
I
amazing.
did hear that
Come
one.
back to the music game.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
just good. Meek Mill, it's such a departure. He's really rapping about, if you listen to the lyrics and the things that he's saying, he's just rapping about real shit. So it's as a hip hop rap music fan, it's a good album.
I'm happy to hear that because
It
he needed
is.
to make a comeback.
Shout out to Meek Mill.
He did. 'Cause
Yeah.
They need to make a setup from a setback because he damn sure had retreated.
Oh my God.
Well.
Cardi.
Okay, look at me.
Looking
Is
like you
that
caught a
it?
what? Looking like you caught a Meek.
Looking like a caught a. I've just and also let me just say I know we've been talking about Escape, for the
Still
past
gotta
few
listen
weeks.
to her.
I'm
to their old
I
stuff.
am fascinated and stuck watching these YouTube clips of their performances, their recent performances.
Where'd they perform at
I
recently?
can't stop. Just the past, you had the Detroit shows.
Oh, I
you
gotta look
had
that up.
New
I haven't
Orleans.
seen any.
And I've even revisited the BET Awards performance. There were moments. Tiny came
did
out
rewatch.
swinging out the gate. I mean, just
Yeah?
vote like. So I've just been having a moment watching all the
I'm about to do
these
that
Escape
too. I haven't
performance
seen any of them.
videos. That's all.
I've been stuck in the past. So actually, because of Tidal, okay?
Okay.
I've been, utilizing it and such. I've been listening to a lot of oldies. They had the Ultimate Sade collection on there. Because you remember last week I was stuck in Hall & Oates land. So I was like, let me see what Tidal got for me. And I was listening to Anita Baker. Double shout out again to Getting Grown Pod. A couple episodes back, Jade was trying to sing Anita Baker, and you could not understand what she was saying. And so it just made me say, you know what? I love Anita Baker. I need to revisit the catalog.
R&B legend.
Yeah, I like her voice.
And I was playing Anita Baker at a party, and I'm not going to say who did this. And she was confused with Gladys Knight. Okay?
What?
So black people, there are still goldies
She had to be
and
young.
oldies out there. There are people out there that you can just revisit the catalog. There is just no shame in saying, you know what, let me go back and see why the hell my mama would not stop playing these damn songs, or why I would hear this song in the barber shop, and like why all these grown ass niggas, because I used to, in Atlanta, the barber shop, they used to play Sade. Like I used to be like, wow.
Wow, in the barbershop?
In the barber shop, it used to be niggas on niggas in there just busting out the clippers and shit
Class.
everywhere, and Sade playing. I'm like, why is this even happening? But it was Sade. Like, it was undeniable why it was happening. And I just, I've lived with that my entire life. But for y'all that missed out on the train and said, I thought she was born when I was younger, so I switched off the TV. Well, switch it back on and revisit the magic and understand and appreciate and, get a little culture. So I just had to say that because Sade is Sade, and also Anita is Anita, and Gladys is Gladys. So, and
Gladys still sound good, too, today,
They all do.
right now.
all of them,
Yeah.
all of them.
Except
and,
for one.
And side note, for those of you that...
Inside boob. Smooth operator.
We almost gonna get through this. I promise. I'm almost done. Shout out to everybody. I have fun.
Oh God. We can't even say that anymore.
It just don't sound right without saying. If you've listened to JoJo, because I've talked about JoJo a few times, on a mixtape that she put out on SoundCloud 2 years ago, maybe. Love Joe, there was an Anita Baker cover on there.
Nice.
Okay. If you have not heard that, go and check it out. I'm not going to say which song it is because someone didn't know that this was an Anita Baker song, and I just think that this is crazy. So if you're wondering what the fuck I'm talking about, please go look, because I don't want to give this away. I don't want people to be like, I don't know what he's talking about, and to go, I want y'all to go get the culture yourself and bring it back, because it was actually a great project too. So shout out to JoJo, who I keep shouting out, because
She has the range.
she does.
She can. That's a singing ass.
I just want to keep her in the right
Always
direction.
has.
She can sing.
Always. So that is it over here at the Music Man Corner. Last but not least, the playlist will be up on today. So
Hey.
if you are listening to the episode, it's up. Dustin, let's go on over to the movie land, TV land. I said movie land because I'm obsessed with movies right now.
So Love and Hip Hop Hollywood is back.
Oh, God.
And
All right,
Mona
back?
is back on her bullshit. Yes.
Who's on it?
You have Hazel-E, Masika Kalisha, I believe is her middle name, Moniece, Tierra Marie. You have Lil Fizz, Ray J, Safari, Miss Nikki Baby.
Lyrica.
You have a couple of newbies this season, but you also have Keisha Cole and her husband, Daniel Gibson. I said husband.
Wait, they're back?
They are back. They are not back together, but they never got divorced, and he is now actually living with her. He decided to refocus his career. He left the NBA and he moved to LA to start rapping.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and so he came to
I
live
find
with
him
her.
so handsome.
Very much so.
I always
Absolutely.
have. Like, a really handsome man.
Black-salutely.
Yeah, black-salutely.
Keisha did too. So, you know.
Wow, he left the NBA.
He did. He left the NBA and he's now pursuing a rap career. Him and Keisha are living together. And what I like, shout out to Hey Friend Hey, what I like about this, right, is the fact that
Dead.
what I like is the fact that they have this this level of support for each other that usurps and surpasses like any sort of personal problem or issue they had. He needed somewhere to stay, and he went and stayed with her, and she let him right back in, and they're co-parenting, and it's working, you know,
Wow.
for now or whatever, at least for this episode. So that was something good to see. Their son is absolutely adorable. Keisha was previewing tracks in the studio. You know I love her music, so that was good to see and
Sounds
hear.
good.
Oh, my God, yes. Her voice actually sounded better, and somebody that was watching it with me made a note of it, so I was like, well, it must not just be me. Maybe I ain't biased, okay? She sound good. Shit. So, but anyway, that's good to see. There's so much I could say, so much I'm not going to say. But
Okay.
what I
Isn't
will
Bridget
say,
Kelly on it this year?
nope. You know who it is? Brooke Valentine.
But I think Bridget is supposed to
Is she coming?
Maybe she's coming
Because I
down
saw
the season.
someone congratulating
Yeah,
her.
I seen
That's
that
the
too.
homie, and I saw someone tweeting her like, "Oh, I'm so excited to see Bridget." I was like, "What?"
Well,
Bridget.
good for her. And I
Yeah.
can't wait for them to introduce her. They did introduce us to Brooke Valentine on this
Shit.
episode.
Girl fight.
Yep. And she also has a really good song called Cover Girl. I don't think anybody ever listened to it, but it's like her singing on this over this guitar. It's the jam. And it's like it's a really good song. But anyway, she's on there with this music producer who she's dating and been in a relationship for a year. She finds out in the first episode that he is still legally married. When he told her that his divorce was in fact final, his mother is the one who revealed it to her. Just more bullshit. You know, I was excited to see Brooke Valentine because I felt like, you know, she had a legitimate music career and there was going to be some, I don't know, just some substance there, I guess. And I was kind of let down in the first episode, but I'm looking forward to more because she really is talented.
What happened to her?
She says that she took time off to raise her son.
Okay.
So I get it. You know what
Fair,
I mean? Yeah, that's what she did. And so now she's back, but she's on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. So, you know, that's that. Moniece is back. She's in a relationship. She has a girlfriend that she's been with. They actually are very happy together, and it's working with like her relationship with her son and her son's father, Lil Fizz. They're all co-parenting together, and there's harmony there. I am one of the people that actually likes Moniz. She's very no nonsense. You know, I like that about her. She has her issues and stuff,
But
but
she beating everybody up.
yeah, but you know, I like her. You know, and I love you for that, baby. You know, it's good. You know, so that is good to see her. Who else? Alexis Sky is on the show. She is Fetty Wap's girlfriend. I don't know. It's like a Coogee sweater of people. But
Right.
Fetty Wap's ex-girlfriend, she was on there, and she has her guns ablazing towards Masika. So
Oh,
she's
wow.
literally looking
That's
for her.
right.
That's showing
Right.
up.
I was like,
Right.
why?
So that's been good. There's a couple other interesting storylines, but you know, it's Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and as far as Love and Hip Hop Hollywood goes, it's good. I'll put it to you like that.
It is.
Hazel E has already gotten on my last nerve. It's a lot I could say about Hazel E, but I'm not even about to be mean and nasty. I just want to say why you here.
Can you tell her what?
What you doing here?
Can you tell Fran what Hazel Lee's boyfriend's name is?
Rose Burgundy, and he's 10 years younger than
Rose
her.
Burgundy.
He's a rapper in L.A. Rose Burgundy. Rose, like Nyland. Rose Burgundy.
It would be so cute to date a boy named Rose Burgundy. For me, to date a guy named Rose Burgundy.
It's definitely a cool name.
Right. But I want one.
Great.
But how cool is it? Is that what you're saying, Asante?
I mean, I'm just saying it's cool enough for
Is
me.
he cool enough to carry it? Is that what you're saying?
He's cool. I mean,
Asante
I don't
is
know
going a
him.
different
I'm
direction.
just saying.
Wait, where's Omarion?
I don't know. He ain't on there.
He's from that, right? Or am I
Yep,
tripping?
he was on there, but you know, once that song had hit it big, he hit it too. That's the song hit the charts and he hit the road. We ain't seen him
I ain't mad
since.
at you.
We ain't seen him since. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Omarion. Soulja Boy ain't nowhere to be found either.
Oh shit, Soldier Boy.
Yo,
No.
I don't know, but it's back.
Hammer.
Are you going to talk about any of the new people?
No,
Okay.
it's good. I'm excited about the show. It's really good. I love Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I don't know what are you gonna talk about some of the new people?
No, I mean because first of all, they show a preview for the season, and I hate to say this, but they brought Lyrica and her husband back.
Oh yeah, shout out to
A1.
Lyrica Anderson and A1.
I don't know what the problem is going to be with Lyrica.
That shaved side.
And
That's what the problem is going. That's what I see in the foreseeable future. That's the problem.
Well,
you know,
And her mom. I remember I saw the
I mean,
clips.
her mom is a
outside
pit
of
bull.
that,
You hear me?
all I know is I see a scene where A1 and Keisha Cole are working together, and A1 got some really good production because I've listened to Lyrica's previous projects that he's worked on, and that sound with Keisha, I might fall back in love with Keisha Cole again. That's all I'm saying. Just to get back
She
in A&R's
deserves.
corner. Because you know how, he did that mixtape with like a Hello and I think Panties. Was that her?
Yes.
I think he might have
Shout
been on
out
that
to Cash
project. So
Doll.
imagine Keisha doing some shit like that.
I just feel like I'm very happy. I'm. Let's be clear. I was a day one Keisha Cole fan, like of her music.
Same.
I bought her first album when it was $7.99 at Best Buy, Best Biz Eye. So I love her, and so seeing her on reality TV, it's good for me because I remember when she had those successful shows on BET.
Right.
She had like multiple seasons of multiple different
For her
shows,
family.
and even was able to extend that opportunity to her family. You know, so it was good to see her back on television. But I just feel like she kind of needs her own show. She doesn't fit in the cast of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood to me. It's like, she's got on the sequin cat suit and she's turning around, and doing all the shit they do, but it just doesn't. VH1 should give Keisha Cole a spinoff and just give her own vehicle where we can get into it.
Maybe
she wants
she's
the
building up to
visibility.
that.
I feel
Yeah.
like
Probably.
hopefully they're just trying to do this formula that they've been doing, or that I feel like they started doing with Remy, because Remy, she was an established rapper and then she did reality TV. It didn't hurt her. So like Keisha, an established artist, doing this, who actually established artist that's been on TV before.
Right.
So-
This is home for her. Reality
Absolutely.
television.
So maybe Mona is trying to like play with the concept of doing this with Keisha Cole, like already successful TV star, bringing her old numbers to the new and try to tie it in that way, which doesn't really benefit Keisha in that light. But maybe there is some method to it for Keisha to like maybe get comfortable again while she grows these new legs. Because I know she was saying her new project is all about moving forward where she's going. So
1111 Reset is the name of the album, and I just wish they would have pressed it in the room.
so because
when they
Keisha
decided.
Oh, Dustin.
Because Keisha's
Come with
seasoned.
something better than that.
Because she's seasoned in this TV game, I'm hoping she's going to navigate the waters appropriately. I have faith in Keisha Cole too. And, that's a lot coming from me.
That music is good. I love Keisha Cole. She got some songs.
I'm telling you, and that A1 and Keisha Cole, that's going to be some magic. Like if we get that, if Lyrica, I love you too, but don't ruin beauty.
Right.
Y'all could do a song together.
Lyrica's actually a dope writer. Mm-hmm. And so I would love to see, because Keisha writes her own stuff. And so I would love to see, she's worked with songwriters before, but like her first album, like she wrote all that shit.
That's so dope.
Yeah, so like I would love to see them collaborate maybe in that way, and see it trans. Because Keisha has that gift. I'm not gonna go too deep, but Keisha's one of those R&B singers that has that gift of being able to translate the song well. It comes out in the way that she sings it and the choices that she makes. So her collaborating with a writer like that, I think it would be very beneficial. Beneficial.
Did Kanye discover her, or am I tripping?
Kanye co-signed her.
Okay, so I'm like, I remember them together in a video.
She was going to be on Good Music. I don't know if that ever happened, but it was rumored that she was going to be on Good Music back in the day. So, they had done some work together. But, she had got her other deal otherwise, and, she was good. I love her music, and I'm really happy to see her back. So a lot of other things came on TV this week, but what I really want to discuss is Power. Now, for those that watch the show, this was the week of the weeks. Did you hear me? On Power. I don't want to give too many spoilers away for those that have not watched it. Okay, fuck it. When he killed Charlie Murphy's character in that weight room,
fuck.
Woo!
I was pissed
I knew
at
he was
him,
gonna
though.
die, and I ain't seen it
I was
yet.
pissed because he lost control, and the one
That's what
thing
I'm
that
saying.
we love.
I'm like, why the hell would you do
Ghost,
that?
Fuck. It was like, why, Ghost? You have been batting 8,000. Him and Tasha both lost control, though. Power is such a well-written show. Him and Tasha are both known for their strength. They're both known
When
as being
she
these
took the guy's
unbreakable
money.
people. She took his money, and Ghost killed that dude. So in a sense, showing weakness to Tommy's daddy, because we all been figured that out.
Is homeboy Egan's dad?
Yeah. Clearly.
I'm like,
that's
is it
Tommy's
his dad?
daddy. Yeah. And Tommy is my favorite. Like, I love Tommy's approach, his style, his no nonsense. I feel like if I was in that line of work, you know what I'm saying?
And he's so
I'd be
not
a lot
like that. I can totally see it. And he's not like that in real life, which is so fascinating to me when white boys can slip into that role. I know it's his dream role to be like a thug.
It's amazing. And he's killing it. He's doing a good job. But Power was just good. I'm ready to take my belt and wear Tariq's ass out. I'm ready to make the little pants hot. He has started so much shit and gotten into so much hot water that's so much bigger than him, but he also was going through something. So, and he's young, he's a teenager. You do the stupidest things of your life, or some of the stupidest things of your life as a teenager, so I get it. Ghost, shout out to the girl that's playing Ghost's daughter, Raina, or whatever, and her facial expressions, because, baby, she been going through it. This whole jail ordeal has been wearing down on. It's been wearing down right. It's been wearing out, Fran.
I'm only on episode 2.
She giving you the K Washington quiver.
Look, I'm only on episode 2, but on episode 1, when I saw her say, "How could you do this? I thought you loved him. I thought you loved us," and stormed off, I was like, "Yes, Fran, give it to that."
But
bitch.
I like her because she real, and she got that Tasha. She a little Tasha Jr. Tasha with a T Jr. She is, because she's about putting the family together and about saving things and fixing what she can, even in her own little way. The fact that she's snooping through her brother's things and asking him the right questions.
Right.
You know what I mean? I like that little girl.
Like, she's sharp.
Right.
I love 50's character. I'm sorry. I know. When he was like, whatever they say he did that shit.
Right.
I don't know why that line takes me down.
And he was like, listen.
He did that
and the way he
shit.
just said it so casually.
Who I've been laughing at is Anika Noni Rose.
Oh, yeah, she been working.
First of all, that cop uniform on her, I don't know what it is, but I lose it every time I see her coming down with that cop uniform on. I can't. She's doing good. She's such a talented actor. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't take that away from her. But every time I see and hear them keys and the way she be sitting down and, putting her arms on, her mid-thigh, it's just taking me out.
She acting. I'm telling you, she got
It's
that
just
role
taking me
on
out.
lock.
So, and
Very set it
Lala,
off.
Lakeisha, Lala, Lakeisha, her
Lala
part.
rolling
She doing her
blunts.
part. It's just, this is just a really good show. And I was fascinated by the performances in the courtroom from an actor's perspective. They were nailing it. As much as I hate the guy that actually killed Greg Knox, the cop, I can't think of his
God.
The
name.
agent.
Detective.
Not the detective.
yeah.
As much as I hate him, when he was cross-examining Ghost on that stand, I started it, even though I was so caught up in the story, I transitioned and started watching it as an actor. I couldn't help it, and he was fucking it up. So it's just been
He's a
so
great
good.
actor.
The Spanish one, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yep.
He's
It's just
dope.
been good, and I fuck Angela. I hate Angela with all my heart. I'm not
She
saying
got a
what these
joke.
people are doing in real life is right. But I understand how you can be
Her
mad at the
sister.
character. So that's it. And that's all I want to talk about in TV land
Really?
today.
You don't
Do
want to
you-
talk about Insecure?
I think that a far better place for people to talk about this season of Insecure would be the wonderful podcast Insecurity,
I
hosted
see
by
what you did there.
my girls, Fran and Crystal. So that's where you can check out that talk. Damn.
Kelly Still, Keisha Pass, Nikki, what the hell are you?
You know what I started watching because of Freshalina? Survivor's Remorse.
Oh
Have you
yeah,
heard of it?
it's funny on Stars with Tashina Arnold.
Yeah,
and,
she's been talking about it, and I was like, I love Freshalina. First of all, shout out
Yes.
to Neck of the Woods
From
and
Fresh with Love.
Crunktastical. I used to love that site, but she was saying to watch it. There was a good show, so I was like, let me watch it, because I already have Stars from my Amazon subscription, and I started.
what?
Yeah, they have Stars. You can add it.
Oh, you can add it. I thought you was about to say it's included. I was like, damn.
Oh no! You know how they let you add channels.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
That's how I've been
though.
watching
Still-
Power and American Gods.
Okay.
But yeah, I started watching it this week, and it's cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
I didn't know if
funny
you-
and it's a good story.
yeah, I
It's,
still have to catch up. I only watched like maybe half of the first episode.
it's
but-
good.
Yeah, I'm on episode 2 right now.
And
Yeah.
all we
Y'all
have to say
didn't
is
tell me
Tashina
about it.
Arnold. So
Right.
come on now.
Right.
We
The
watching.
end.
That's Pam. Shit. And not in a bad way, like that nigga on the airplane tried to say. It's Pam. Go ahead.
But that's it. So now we're gonna move on to what you guys want to know from us in the asking for a friend section. What you got for us, Asante?
Don't forget to email us as per usual at thefriendzone@loudspeakersnetwork.com. With that said, the subject of this week's email is Corporate America Tried Me.
Wow.
Let me start by saying I work in a melanin-less corporate environment where I am the only black female under the age of 30, and I have a sizable amount of authority. The other black women are on their way out to retirement. Anyway, after 8 months, that's 32 weeks, 160 days of having red dreads at work, and I'm talking Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., it finally became an issue, a dress code violation. Like today, as I'm writing this email.
Wow.
Mind you, I interviewed with the same hairstyle and I've not changed it since. I'm currently in the process of transferring within the company to a different state, and they had the Donald Trump audacity to tell me I had to change my hair by Monday, or they could no longer assist me with my transfer. It's currently Thursday. We reading this late, girl. We hope you did the right thing. Let us know what you did. Anyway, again, being that our melanin is limited here, they do not understand the process of a black woman getting their hair done. It's an event and it has to be planned as such. I refuse to be walking around looking like who did it and why because they want to rush me into fitting their outdated standard. My capability to do my job has nothing to do with my appearance, and I'm pissed that after so long it's now an issue. Should I say fuck them and their transfer, or just comply and stay on this money train?
Yikes. That's a tough call. I don't know how to tell people what to do with their money
sounds
now.
like Price
Where
is
is C
Right.
Beard from the SoundCloud comments?
Oh,
C Beard could break this shit down.
Exactly.
Listen, it depends on what's most important to you. You need to really spend some time in your thoughts, thinking about everything involved in this, your financial responsibility, your personal integrity. What is the most important to you? Think about why it's the most important to you and move based on that. I don't see a reason why anyone should be able to tell you that you need to change your hair in order to do a damn job. It doesn't sound the most legal. In my opinion, I don't know if you want to dig a little bit deeper that way, look into maybe seeking some legal guidance or counsel in relation to this, but it damn sure don't sound like something that this company would want to get out. You know what I mean? That was going on. So you can do with that what you want. But that's my advice. Fran, what say you?
I mean, like I said, it's tough because I don't know what your financial situation is. So for me to tell you to quit a job, that's tricky territory. I don't know if you have kids or like Seabeard, like Dustin said, her situation of not having family and having sole custody of a little brother. Right. I don't know what your life is. You know what is best for you and your situation. What I will say, if it were me, I would personally just not deal with that system and try to find a job that is more accepting, because one thing I've learned is if it's not one thing, it'll be another. Mm-hmm. And as soon as you start abiding by this rule and that rule, once they see that you're down to abide, then you kind of give them that inch and trust and believe they will take the whole foot. Because I've been there. Sometimes being nice and polite don't always pay. So, it depends on what you want to deal with, but just know that it sounds like a lose-lose situation. That's sort of my take on it. Asante.
This is very odd to me because it's just crazy that you worked there for so long and they were all out the blue be like, all right, well, for this new position, you have to cut your hair. Now,
right.
I feel like because you have this job, it's entirely up to you on where you at right now. Like if you got the savings and you can say, you know what, fuck this job and I got some other shit lined up I can take care of. Like if you're a single woman, you ain't got no kids, you ain't putting nobody else at risk and you have the time, then I will say go on ahead and leave this bitch. Because like Fran said, if it isn't one thing, it's another. Like, and I kid you not, there is so much truth to that. Like, it's going to be your hair today. You're going to show up on Monday and then your hair gone. Then they're going to be like, oh, well, you're not dressed appropriately either. You need to start doing that. And you might find out you transferred, you're making a little bit extra money, but is it going to deal with all of the extra microaggressions you're going to have to deal with and shit like that? So I feel like maybe this might be a sign for you. Like, well, if you don't want to change your hair, like, why? And you realize, like, I shouldn't be asking myself this because my hair don't affect my fucking job, like in anything that I do. You should go somewhere where they're going to accept that and celebrate your work and not how you look doing it. Because if they focused on that, then they're not doing a good job them damn selves because they haven't been minding their own actual business by focusing on your hair.
Right.
Also, I think it's important that you noted in the letter that you have a sizable amount of authority at your job. So I definitely think this is something that it's not an issue right now of you being compliant or not. I think it's a conversation that you can start at this point where you let them know and be very clear about the fact that you are not comfortable with this. You don't think it's something that is ethical for them to request of you. You also make mention of your work, your track record, the things that you've done in the past that have even made you up for consideration for this promotion in the first place. Highlight all of those things. Start this conversation like, hey, y'all, give them the professional version of, hey, y'all, this is some bullshit.
Right.
Like, I'm in here anyway because I'm good at my job. It's not right for you guys to ask me this in the first place, so what are we really about to do?
Right.
And you can always use your power, use your weight. Obviously, they consider you a resource. They want what you have to offer in the professional environment. So you tell them it's either my hair or me, if it comes to that.
Right. Yeah.
And if they can't assist you with your transfer, maybe you can just stay in your position for a little while longer while you get on your feet and figure out what your next step is going to be.
Yeah.
True that.
Because I feel like there is just no way that it should... this is something that I dealt with, and because I dealt with it, not with hair specifically, but appearance standards in the food service industry, like for people that had dreads, it would sometimes become an issue, like because of the appearance, but it's like the dreads actually keep my hair out of my face and away from food. While you have young women who have their hair and their ponytails and their baby hairs and stuff still like fly way out the front. And it's like, you ain't saying nothing to these young ladies doing this.
Right.
And they were just like, oh, well, it's this because it's uncharted territory and they don't know what things mean. And I don't feel like it sucks, but it's almost like you have to sit in the room and be like, this is my hair care regimen and this is why I do it. Like, I'm not a Black Panther. I don't smoke weed every day. Like, to debunk the system to say, like, my hair shouldn't have shit to do with this damn conversation. So what the fuck is it?
I remember I had a job once where I wore my hair out one day, and my boss actually said, meanwhile, white girls wearing their hair out all day long, hair shedding on all your pants and your sweaters. I wore it out one day, and the boss asked me if I could put it in a bun because it looked unruly.
Wow.
Unruly was her word.
Wow.
I was stunned. And she was Latina. It wasn't like some white lady.
So she was super washed.
Yep. She was like, I think it'd be more professional. It looks more kept. I was like,
she
wow,
probably thought
bruh.
she was like helping you out.
Right, like
Trying to
putting
give you
me
the one
on.
up.
I looked at her like she was crazy. I literally laughed in her face.
I bet you
and
did.
I came back the next day with it out. Because
Okay.
I'm like, one thing you're not going to question me is my work ethic and the numbers that I pulled in that job. You know, like there was nothing you could debate about my work. I've always been like that. So for her to think that was going to like make me feel away, I'm like, you go ahead and fire me because of my hair? Come on now. But I get it. People go through this all the time.
It's sad.
It sucks.
That's when you say, now let's talk about your motherfucking hair. You start calling them bald headed and all kind of shit. That's when you really go in.
The
They talk
dirty
about changing
dozens
your
at work
hair.
with your boss.
Y'all mad because I got such a thick braid of hair and y'all balding and shit.
Right.
Shout out. Email us back and let us know what happened.
Yes, please. So for this week's Black Business, I wanted to highlight a licensed psychologist by the name of Dr. Joy Harden Bradford out of Atlanta, Georgia. And she has an incredible website called therapyforblackgirls.com.
Oh, yes.
And the intro says, Therapy for Black Girls is an online space dedicated to encouraging the mental wellness of Black women and girls. So often the stigma surrounding mental health issues and therapy prevent Black women from taking the step of seeing a therapist. I developed this space to present mental health topics in a way that feels more accessible and relevant. Now, obviously, that's an incredible mission statement. So her site alone is a wonderful space for us to have. But what I really wanted to highlight was that she also has a tab, which is how I spotted this on Twitter, that is a therapist directory that has it's basically a directory, an archive of licensed Black therapists that have been reviewed and peer reviewed and Yelped, and people's experiences with them have been very high, which as you know, if you've tried to find a therapist, not only is it hard to find a Black therapist, but then it's hard to find a good one that you connect with because so it's already okay, I can barely find one and then I have to hope that we connect. And connection in therapy is very important. It's chemistry. It's in a relationship like any other. So the fact that you have an entire archive broken down by the state you live in is amazing. So once again, that's therapyforblackgirls.com. Shout out to Dr. Joy Harden Bradford for this incredible resource. And definitely check her out and spread the word to everyone around you. Spread it online. Let's make sure that it's accessible to everyone that needs it. And that's it for this week's Black Business segment. Do you guys have any church announcements before we get out of here?
Just that you can catch us in London town.
Hey!
August 5th. We are so excited to be one of the headliners of the Shout Out Live Festival in London. There are tickets still available to see us on Saturday, August 5th. You can get those at solivefestival.com. And they are available for your purchase right now. We can't wait to see all your faces in London. I am so fucking excited.
It's going to be the shit.
Yes, Saturday, August 5th. That's coming up very, very soon.
And if you can't make that, you can catch us in New York City on August 19th. Okay. At 8 p.m. here in New York City at the New School, Tishman Auditorium. Those tickets are available at thefriendzonelive.com right now for your consumption. VIP is sold out. We are ever so grateful to say those words.
Right.
But there are still general admission tickets available, so check those out. Anybody else got anything?
Can't wait to see you guys. Like I said earlier, Insecurity is finally back on the block. So definitely support that. Like I said, it's on every podcast platform you could think of. So check it out wherever you listen to yours. Shout out to Crystal. We had so much fun. Actually, shout out to Jay Ellis and Yvonne Orji who joined us as guests on the first podcast of season 2. And it is hilarious. They forgot we were in the room at one point. We're just arguing amongst themselves. Then they were like, sorry, y'all. It's great. A lot of great energy, a lot of a lot of scoop too and behind the scenes of Insecure. So if it's a show that you're really attached to, it's a great podcast to listen to.
You gonna figure out the ending again?
I'm gonna try.
You know she is. You know she is.
You know I'm reading into all the scenes. And shout out to the good ass music.
Yes.
Can't get over it.
Cardi B with the look,
Yes.
with the feature.
Winning.
Cardi B. So
And I do feel some kind of way. Very happily, I should make clear that I was in the episode with Cardi B's music.
Yes.
It just works. It fits. You know, it just fits. It fits.
I love it. So that's it. That's my only shout out.
I ain't got no shout out because I'm just over here kicking in, chilling, and just trying to get back to life and back to reality and reset.
Amen.
Where can they get that playlist, though?
You can find the playlist pledge. I'm actually, if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I always will pin the episode of The Friend Zone every week when it's a new episode. So for this week's episode, I'm going to, after I post it, I'm going to tweet the playlist right under it. So you can catch my Twitter at Hey Assante, twitter.com/Hey Assante. It's nobody's first day online, right?
Never know.
Never know.
But that's it for us this week. As always, we love you. Thank you so much for listening to us. Our official hashtag is #The Friend Zone. Keep rating us 5 stars on iTunes. You guys are keeping us on the charts every week. Thank you so much. We love you. And that's it for us this week. Catch you guys next week.
Holla, holla, holla.
Stay
holla,
black and
holla,
protect
holla.
your magic.
Holla, 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 holla. Let me holla at you. Come here, let me holla at you. Bitch, what's wrong with you? Holla.
Bye.